Hello and welcome to the Computer Game Show. My name's David Turner. I'm here with Sean Bell,
Hello.
Matt Murray,
Hello.
James Farley.
Yo.
We've gathered together via the power of the internet to talk to you about video games. Those crazy video games we play on
They
the
look like
Xbox
films
and-
now, don't they? It's
They
mad.
do. And well, it's funny you should talk about films, Sean, because the video games industry is worth more than the film and music industry combined.
Combined. Yeah,
It's
I've
not
heard.
just bleeps and
It's not
bloops
just bleeps and
anymore.
bloops. It's not. It's on Classic FM now. That's
It's
where
true.
we
It's,
are.
it's legitimate.
It is.
It's yeah.
It's
It is
culture.
legitimate. It is legitimate. But we will start by thanking our Patreon producers this month. They are Aaron Patrick, the QuickBooks chap, Simon Nelson, Moomin Biscuit, Trans Rights to Human Rights, Dave Ernsberger, Colin Brown, Gasman, Rocketman76, Smooth Monkey, John Tempelli, Jackie Sniper, Sam Higton, Thomas, Stan, Philip with an F, Cutty, Steve Lee, Jack Oven, Grey Dragon Claw, Colin the Carwanker Smith, Lee Keybottom, My Dog Skip, Dean, Evil Mammal, Boza Karma, Conky Donkers, Full Nels Conga, Laser Quest, and Steve Littler. They're the Full Nels crew, and honestly, from me to you, thank you so much. The others don't give a fuck,
We're
but
ambivalent
I
at best.
appreciate everything you do for
No,
us. Like the
no,
Full
well
Nels
done.
crew.
Well done.
Absolutely.
Thanks for doing that. Thanks.
It's
Oh,
very good.
oh, you've
Yeah, no.
changed your tune. Before we started recording, you were like, "I'm fucking hate each and every one of them."
I love
they
all
should
of
be
them
playing
guys.
double, is what you said.
I
Should
love
be playing fucking double.
I love Aaron Nelson, Moomin Ernsberger, the lot.
You were like, cut my dog Skip. Just who gives a fuck?
I mean,
Absolutely
definitely cut my dog
disgusting.
skip. That's a good one. Not a joke.
No,
I'm
my
serious
dog Skip.
actually.
You're one of my faves.
After that, after the feedback.
Thank you so much for supporting the show. You can support the show by going to patreon.com/TCGS. We'll be recording the bonus show this week. We have a tentative date for the live stream, which is next Thursday, the
26th.
26th of February. We will be watching a classic E3 conference. That's it. We've still got loads of those to
It was
go.
between that or episodes of Funhouse. Not really.
That's true. Well, I just thought I don't want to get to the point where we're just going, I don't know, art attack. It's,
Hang on.
but
Let's,
there
let's,
is
let's not throw good ideas out
Let's
the
not
window.
talk shit about Art Attack yet. All right.
Yeah, cut to March. You know, we've always had Art Attack here at TCGS.
I
You
hate
don't want
art
to be
attack.
canon.
It's funny, isn't it? Because sometimes we like mixing it up, like the video show. And sometimes we come up with some really good ideas, and we think, "Oh yeah, no, that's a really good one." We do that one, and like I thought the Knowles House Party one was really fucking good. The what was the
Oh, the Krypton
Oh,
Factor.
Krypton Factor
That
was
was
another really, really good one, right? But every now and then you look at it and you go, right, what should we do for a video one this week? And every now and then I'm just like, do you know what? I really fucking fancy an E3 conference just to look back at some old games and laugh at how bizarre the gaming industry was back then. How we all sat on the edge of our seats as people got on stage and fucked up on stage demos, and we
Yeah,
were
we
like,
miss
this
them.
is better than the announcements.
Yeah.
So it's
Miss
nice
them,
to
miss
go
those
back
days.
and doing that every now and then. So that's coming up next week. Please sign up. Patreon.com/TCGS. But it's the feedback from last week's show that I'm nervous about, because boy, did we want to block the words baked and beans. Matt Murray.
Yeah, I mean, there's only really one subject for feedback this week. We're going to start with Bill Branston, possibly a member of that famous family. Did James say he put baked beans in shepherd's pie? No wonder he's letting rip throughout the pod. And my dog Skip, speaking of that person, baked beans and a fucking shepherd's pie. Jesus Christ, there's no hope for him. There was plenty more. There's a massive discussion on Discord, in WhatsApp groups.
I mean, to illustrate how widespread this was, we got Blue Sky posts about this.
Yeah, which says a lot.
Yeah. It's disappointing. I would say, because you see, the thing is, right, is this was my mother's. Like, my mum used to do this. This is how she made shepherd's
stop it
pie.
with that
No,
shit.
it's true.
Loads
It's
of
how she
mums
made
used
it.
to
Don't
do
slag off
wacky
my
shit like
mother's
this, don't
cooking.
Yeah, exactly. It was how my mum used to make it, and I liked it, so I did the same thing. And then also, I had a look, and I was like, "Is
Can I
this
just
really...
say, James?
Go on.
Can I just say, right? This erupted in our WhatsApp group with Ian Lee this week,
Yeah, I've got that.
and you
ready.
dropped that line in that WhatsApp group, and privately, myself and Ian have been sending voice notes back and forth all week, going, "It's how Mama used to make it," all the time. It's what Mama used to do.
It's good to know that my fond memories of my mother's cooking have given you something to laugh at this week. That's
I must say, when you said last week about baked beans, I heard it and my brain was like, baked beans? And I was like, I must be getting a recipe wrong because I don't remember ever baked beans being part of it. But
no, I mean, they don't have to be. They don't have to be. It's just that this is the way I do it.
There are different
I
ways.
thought you said that it specifically
making
have to be.
No, I didn't say they have to be. I said this is a way that we used to do it. And then also, you see, I had a look
how
up.
we used to
I
do
looked up on the internet to see,
And
and
Mama used to make
and
it.
there's
it's a
there's,
meal day.
there's tons and tons of what's it called, like of recipes.
Was this
using
AI
it.
results, James?
No,
Was it?
this
Okay.
is from BBC Food, 4.1 stars.
Oh,
Budget. Okay, cottage pie, but who cares? With baked beans.
Well, no,
you know.
there is a huge difference.
And
Baked
that
beans
one's
will work
written
better than
by.
that one.
This has been written by Gavin Farley. Okay, let's go to the next one. This was
Yeah, but then-
from Timothy Farley has written this one about baked beans and shepherd's pie, and it's entitled "This is Totally Normal." By the way, that's
just
the,
like
that's the
Mama used to
headline.
make it.
Well, look, you could slag this off as much as you want, right?
And we fucking will do, mate.
But Ian, like he made this.
Yeah, I
today.
must say, Ian's video, I mean, maybe I was hungry at the time. It was just because like 11:30 when he took out the oven. But it looks so good.
It is.
Really
That's
good.
because it is good. And this is the thing on the Discord, right? Is all these people, all these
Oh, he's
people,
slagging you laugh.
James
All
just
these-
went into second
Just how
gear.
much we
then.
love our
Did you hear that?
community, and we really appreciate.
Earlier on, he was saying those fucking slugs in the Discord, those melts, those idiots. They don't know how Mum used to make it.
all these people having a go. It's like I haven't tried it, so they have no idea whether it tastes good or not. Ian has.
Hold on.
Can I play this back? Like what he's got
Have
here?
you-
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I
I
we
mean,
will
if-
do in a
with his
second, right?
permission,
But you're
obviously, yeah.
angry
Yeah,
at them
doing
for not
consent to it.
trying it and slagging it off, right?
Yeah.
What do you think David Cage's Star Wars game's going to be like, James?
Well, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Hang on. But James knows he doesn't like any David Cage games, or hasn't done so far. Therefore, the trend is likely to continue.
All right,
Yeah.
all right. We
But
get
it's
only a little joke.
Sean's right.
Sean.
It's
Delve into it. Go on, mate.
but anyway,
It
so
looks stupid.
But I mean, also, frankly, if James hasn't had every single possible savoury and sweet pie, he can't really talk about it personally.
it's true.
That's a reference
So-
to when Matt tried to slag off a Donkey Kong game. Just,
tried
I
to, I
feel like I
succeeded.
need to do that because if people listen and go, "What the fuck are they talking about now?"
We should do
Yeah,
we
you
should
know.
do like reset episodes every so often where we explain everything, just in case.
Previously on the computer.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
Baked beans is how Mama used to make it.
A Ferris wheel? I didn't mean Ferris wheel. I meant something else.
Go on then.
So-
On the bus. Go on. Go on. Sorry, let's
So yeah,
don't know, we don't know.
so today Ian made it, and he took some pictures, and they look good. I mean, they look how I'd imagine
fucking
that they
didn't
should
look good. It didn't
Hey,
look edible.
But it doesn't
Oh, no,
matter.
I
That's
think-
the
I
thing.
think it- I
it
think it did.
tastes. It's okay. So anyway, this is what.
Sure, but you just said it looked good, and all
I
I was
thought it
saying
looked
was
good.
it didn't look good, and you said, "Well, it doesn't matter." Well, it does if you're saying it
Brought
looked
it up,
good.
mate.
This is what Ian had to say. Hang on.
Live testing of Mama Farley's shepherd's pie.
Mama
They're an
Farley.
ingredient. They're not a side. Here we go. It's hot.
Oh.
I was a bit worried here because his face expressions weren't good.
Okay, let's get a big bit of bean.
You could have got to the bit where he
Could have snipped it. Yeah.
Could have done, didn't want to.
could.
He just wanted a big
thought
bit
you
of
didn't
bean
want
on
it,
the
could be
bottom.
arse.
Doing mukbang streams now.
James, Mama Farley, I apologise. This is fucking incredible. Thank you for changing my life.
So there you go. And then, I mean, later on he said it was 5 leagues out of 5. So
We sure he wasn't being sarcastic. It feels
no,
like a bit
he meant it. He definitely
Right,
meant
okay.
it. So I'd recommend everyone just give it a try and stop knocking it before you've had tried it. You know.
I just know you. I can't imagine you putting any effort into the mashed potato. I had a feeling that it'd be smash.
No, absolutely not.
Already.
Smash is disgusting, and I would never use that shit. It's terrible. I tell you what though, my mum did used to do some weird stuff with this though, like beyond
No
the bit-
shit.
Oh, sorry.
Like, put-
sorry,
I
we
put
haven't got
baked
to the
beans
weird
in
bit
it.
yet.
No,
Go on.
she did occasionally experiment with it, like, and obviously we
Again?
always we would just stick with the baked beans. She put pasta in it once, which was
Oh.
absolutely disgusting. It was terrible, and that
What
didn't
difference
work.
would it make?
It did. It makes the world of difference. It makes
it?
the
Okay.
absolute world.
Well,
But-
cooked or uncooked pasta?
oh no, cooked obviously. It's
Oh, well.
you know, it's just
And then once
no,
she's just sprinkled some angel delight on top.
Actually, that sounds alright. Don't knock it till you tried it.
Do you know
it's-
Bob Mortimer insists you can make mashed potato with crisps? Apparently that's
I mean,
a real thing.
I've seen a lot of Instagram videos where people do that, Sean. It's really depressing to watch. But
yeah,
yeah,
it sounds it.
That's enough of the. Well, I'm sure there are loads others. I mean, we've already had James Farley puts tomato ketchup in his spaghetti bolognese.
that was when the
pissed me off.
kids were fucking
I'm
tiny,
sure-
and they just.
I'm sure there are more little hidden recipes, Heston Blumenthal sort of.
I mean, James should be doing, Bell's Kitchen, basically.
That's true. Yeah.
I want Farley's Kitchen.
We'll me and James will do a cooking video together and just be me trying to make something nice and then James just chucking fucking mustard in a sweet dessert.
yeah. No, it would be James
like on
just going,
Saturday.
Chen, can you do this for me? I guarantee that's what it'd be. I guarantee that's what it'd be.
I tell you what
Step
I do like
one,
to do.
ask your wife to do this for you. Step 2. Sorry,
Fuck
James.
you, David. Fuck you.
Okay, all right, but yeah,
know, isn't
that's probably warranted, isn't it? Should we move on to the next bit of feedback?
Yes. Last week, James finished Baby Steps, or maybe it was a week after, but we talked.
Yes, he
Certainly,
did.
it was a week before, but we talked about it last week. Alan, aka Archimedes, Baby Steps things. Just some Baby Steps stuff. I'm not sure if you lads know about after listening last week. One, the go for a walk gag doesn't just continually loop. You can actually go out and continue your journey. Why?
What? Sorry?
You know, like the whole go for a walk gag where you keep going the menu.
I
and
must
no,
have done
no,
it
no.
about 8 times. And he
Or
didn't
maybe
do it.
in the 9th time you can go out. If you do continue, you can climb all the way to the top of the snowy mountain for a secret cutscene and the true
I knew
ending.
that. I knew that. Yeah, I've seen that true ending. But also, that looks horrendous. Like, trying to get there just looks outrageous.
Yeah, I watched a video of someone going to the highest peak. I assume that's it.
Yes.
Where's I can't actually remember what the cutscene showed. Number 3, never heard you guys mention the invisible glasses you can pick up in the sculpture gardens area. After a long series of stone pillars, you have to get across one by one. You can pick them up, and they allow you to see hidden green objects in the world while you wear them. These unlock some of the hardest and craziest challenges in the game. I'm sorry, we weren't already playing the hardest and craziest challenges in the game?
No. I knew there was. I was aware there was loads of extra stuff, like those swirly little portal things you can pick up, and there's
Yeah,
all
like
that
the
sort of
fruit,
stuff.
the stuff in the trees. I never got any of them.
No, not did I.
Number 4, for example, that tower early in the game that Mike the hiker says there's nothing at the top, and then when you climb up, there is indeed nothing. Well, if you have the glasses on, there is an entire inverted green tower on top, one of the hardest challenges in the game. There are a million other mad things going on in this game, and that's why it's a masterpiece. Love you all loads. Happy belated Valentine's.
Thanks, Archimedes. You will always be my Valentine. I mean, I didn't see any of that stuff. I love it. I wish I knew more about the story. I need to go and look at all of the little bonus games. Because
Yeah.
the ones that I did see, I mean, if you really don't want to hear the spoilers, then fast forward a bit. But there was one where he floated out to sea and he was panicking, and there was all that sort of stuff, which seemed to imply that give a couple of reasons as to why he was so anxious all the time. There's one where I'm pretty certain his wife had left him, or his girlfriend, the long-term girlfriend who's living with, had left him.
Yeah, I really
There's a
think it's
whole,
all about a breakup and
Yeah.
and using games and
I
stuff
think
to
I
try and
think
get through
you're
it.
I think you're supposed to go into it thinking, "Hey, look at this loser who's never left his mum's basement." And then
Yeah.
the more you play it, you realise, "I know he had a life, and here are all the reasons why he's knocked down to the lowest he's been." And yeah, it's like really that conversation, right? You picked up the phone at the bottom of the train, right, James?
I did, yeah, I did.
That
yeah.
conversation with his dad is like amazing. I think, like, I
Yeah.
genuinely think it's amazing. Like the sort of disappointment and the mate, it's really, really good. I'm sure there's other people that won't connect with it in the same way, but that really, really got me that little chat.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm not sure
good
if we
game.
mentioned this on the pod before, but yeah, I was convinced, one of my theories is that he had been in a car accident or some sort of major accident. He was in hospital, maybe in a coma, and like when you're seeing things in the world, there's one bit in like the sand area, you see huge spades and buckets, and I thought that was his brain, like, look, trying to piece together old memories, and maybe it's like a day at the seaside when he was younger. I was convinced it was like going to end or something with him. I don't know, present
Well,
day.
presumably that's linked to the bit where he like has trouble in the sea, doesn't he? Like I'm sure it's all connected in some way, but yeah, I think it's fucking great, absolutely brilliant.
What a game!
And we we went up the train, Matt.
Yeah, we did the right way. It's not on our
People
plate.
didn't.
No.
Yep.
I mean, isn't another massive bit he skipped earlier? In the sand, but you and I went up that massive stairwell, and James went around it.
Did he? No.
Yeah, basically
Well,
barely played it.
Some of us didn't need to summon for Ornstein and Smomat, but yeah.
Different game.
This is getting spicy. This little chat.
James, you're no. Let's move on. Kevin, friend of Scientologist, has messaged. Hello, lads. As a long-time listener of the podcast, I've been delighted to bear witness over the years to the burgeoning bromance between the main one and fan favourite. That's David and James, 3 newbies. So it came as no surprise to hear David, at 14 minutes and 10 seconds into last week's show, casually refer to James as Joe. Despite David's protestations earlier in the episode, he should strictly be considered by listeners as asexual. I can't help but wonder if there are any occasions, betwixt the sheets or otherwise, where he has inadvertently referred to Mrs. Turner as a good doctor. The mind races. Yours respectfully, Kevin, friend of Scientologist.
Right. Firstly, let's deal with the first thing. I listened to this back and it blew my mind.
Yes. Well, out of interest, what level of PlayStation Plus have you got to do that, Joe? Because mine
It's the top
ran
level.
out.
Yeah.
That's me calling James
Wow,
Joe there.
okay.
Have I ever shouted James's name between the sheets with my lovely wife? Absolutely, all the time.
It's the only way
So
you can come,
I'm
isn't it?
starting
I mean, it's usually when you're wearing
yeah.
the t-shirt as well, isn't it? At the same
Yeah,
time,
yeah. Or
it's
she is.
yeah.
I usually take the t-shirt off, James, for
yeah.
those moments.
Why?
I guess to mop up James.
Next. That's disgusting.
Alex79.
Cole, can
Hello.
you bleep that? Can you bleep that?
Bleep
Cole?
this dickhead. Alex79.
Why are you being an arsehole to Cole? What's he done?
Just doing my nutting. Hello, TCGS Call Blimey Governor. I felt I had to write in, I didn't have to, I'm bored at work, to defend the Sega Master System. It seems like James is the only one who knows the score, but there are plenty of examples of Master System games getting better, or being better than their Mega Drive counterparts. Sonic was one. It was actually a platform game rather than just holding right and running as fast as you can. Then there was Castle of Illusion, way better than the Mega Drive version, and its sequel, Land of Illusion, which is one of the greatest 8-bit platformers of all time. It was like a proto-Metroidvania. Okay, so that's 2, but I'm sure there were more. The Master System was best when
Wonder
it
Boy
just
3.
did its own thing instead of trying to directly port Mega Drive games. Oh, also, just quickly, Dave mentioning the chocolate-crusted Nintendo DS reminded me of the time my partner managed to spill Cowpole all over my PSP. I was gutted. The buttons remain sticky and squashy to this day, almost 20 years later. Squishy, whatever. Anyway, thanks as always, Alex.
There's no way that Sonic on the Master System was better than the Mega Drive. Was
No,
there?
I wouldn't say it was
different
better,
game.
but it was a different game, different
Yeah,
experience.
different beast, sure. but
After last week's chat, I loaded up Sonic Chaos for the Master
No,
System.
not Chaos, but
And
yeah,
felt weirdly depressed. I don't know
Yeah.
what that's about.
oh my god! Hold on. What? Do you know? Can you pinpoint it? Because I've been feeling really weird about this stuff recently.
What, playing old
think it was
games?
just- I don't know. It was just a weird memory of being like, oh yeah, do you remember when this was like the fucking only thing we had to play, and I was sick of
Yeah.
it. But what else was I going to do?
Oh,
Like,
oh no, you're seeing that as more of a negative light. Like I see this stuff now, and I look at like when I played Donkey Kong Country the other week, and I was just like, I remember this was my world, and this was it, and I couldn't wrap my head around how I was getting to play this. This is the greatest time in my life, and then I get sad. It's
you have
it's
been-
the same. It's the same with the PS2, some of the PS1 stuff, and talking about. I watched a long play of Virtua Cop 2 the other day, and I genuinely remember picking up my light gun in my bedroom and sort of getting into right. This is it. I'm a cop and there's all these bad guys and this is it. I'm really going to focus in and then I turn it up and I would like get into like that character and just be like, oh no, just like bang, bang. And just like feeling like, and I just think, oh, now I'm worried about if I've got a leak in my roof. It's not as fun anymore, is it?
the other day I was thinking like, I was just trying to think of something new for Isaac and I to play together. Asking me. And I was like, why? Like, there must be like an action RPG where we're like different classes and we're leveling up and we can play separately and do our own thing, but then we play together. And because we're different classes, like we've got different abilities and we're unlocking new gear. And I'm describing Phantasy Star Online.
Right? Yeah.
And that I
Yeah.
can't think of anything modern that's either inappropriate for children. Sorry, that isn't either inappropriate for children or full of free to play shit.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I know. It's I remember when you could put a game in and just play it. Hey guys?
Well,
Yeah.
apparently
now
we still
we
can, Dave. We were told
licensed-
that
Yeah,
last week.
it is on the disc.
license agreements and oh,
Battle
fuck it.
passes, am I right?
Like,
I mean, season passes, Dave. That was crazy, wasn't it? The whole season pass thing.
Mhm.
You loved it?
Yeah, I loved it. Loved all that. I loved it when they decided to start fleecing us, Matt. There was part of me that was going, it's about fucking time. Actually,
Well,
EA.
I mean,
We've
they
had
had
it too
to.
good.
They had to. They had no choice. So
It's true.
They had no choice until people stopped buying the games because of it, and then they reversed that whole decision of that business structure went out of the window. Right, okay, that's a horrible moment of self-reflection there. Can we move on, please?
Yes, push button Joe. Hello, beautiful boys. Hope I'm not too late to say this, but if Dave is looking to get another emulation handheld and doesn't want it to be a ball ache, then stay well away from anything running Android. No recommendations, they're all the same machine. Sadly, there are two routes for these devices. Either they do sort of do what you want, but you play them twice and put them in a drawer, or you spend your life playing amateur IT technician and never actually play games. Much love from Joe, push button.
Now,
Here we
do you
go.
wanna go
He's
first?
already opened his
Yeah,
mouth.
I think
He's
if-
gonna. He's
Yeah, I
going
assume that
against
we- yeah.
this.
I saw this.
I like push button Joe. I think he's a good
Liked.
guy, but I would push back on everything he's just said.
Well, I mean, I think people are going to really get pissed off with me here, and I couldn't imagine. Like, I was nervous about telling Sean something this week. I've told you. But it did take me a little while to get through. So, obviously, I've been looking into these retro devices again. My Miu Mini failed this week. What it is that the biggest problem with the Miu Mini is it's got detachable battery, right? I looked in, when the kids are using it, they piss around with the bat like they do with the remotes and like especially Charlie, just like. So eventually, the fucking battery kept falling out, and the little connection it sort of separated, and it was a pain in the ass. I looked at getting a replacement, but it looks like this one is two standard batteries soldered together through the wire, right?
Right.
So like I couldn't get one the right size without doing a soldering job and all that sort of stuff. So I was like, fuck it, okay, right. It's probably time I get an upgrade. Anyway, this thing's actually quite small. And Sean was sending me loads of really good recommendations. The one you use is the Retroid
Pocket Classic is the one.
Classic, which looks fantastic. And when I was looking, everyone was saying that's the one to get. And you've set it up so that it basically. You did say to me it will take about 2 hours to set up properly, but that's sort of part of the course with this stuff. So I was like, right, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to do this? Am I going to do that? And then I decided that, fucking hell, the Retro Pocket Classic is great, but it was 130 quid. And for what I want to play the odd SNES Mega Drive game, arcade game, it's probably not worth paying that much. So then I was like researching, I'm looking at all these Ambinic devices and doing all this. And then I just went, "Do you know what? I'm just going to get the Miu Pocket, the Miu Mini Plus, which is a bigger version of the Miu Mini. And I could just put the SD card into the other one and it'll work like it did before." So that's where I'm at. I just bought the better version and it was 32 quid, I think. And
I mean, the only
it's getting delivered tomorrow.
sad bit of that story is if I knew you were just going to get that, I'd have sent you mine.
What, have you got the Plus one?
Yeah.
The bigger one? Did you? I was reading about that. Do you know why they released the Plus?
No, go on.
Because they couldn't get the screens.
Yeah,
the screens that they used in the Miu Minis. They couldn't get them anymore, so they just made a bigger version of that. Because
that's great.
They were just
The original one was
available.
too fucking small. You will really like the Plus. It doesn't look like a huge difference, but when you hold it in your hand, it's like, oh no, this is usable over long periods. Whereas the original one is tiny.
Yeah, and it will do exactly what I want, the Onion OS and all that sort of stuff for those that know that stuff. Like, I did love that machine. The only problem that I've got, I need to look at it again. I've never downloaded ROMs. It's all from the stuff that I got with the Miu Mini, right? And the one thing that pisses me off is the original WarioWare ROM doesn't work on it.
Oh, right.
And I'm like the one, whatever one they've slung on there. So I'm like, do I go into that world? Do I go into that world and discover like Sean is like a celebrity in this sort of dark and dingy
I mean, no,
world
but
of
we'll have a chat after
piracy?
the show. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
He's running his own site. Like, it's Sean's ROMs.
Sean's with a Z. Where
With a Z at the end, yeah.
James, you know when we talk about Uncle Don?
Yeah.
I reckon Sean might be Uncle Don.
Yeah.
All right.
Dylan has a message. I'd like to say thank you for having listened to your games discussions. I've tried games I would have dismissed. This year I bought Power Wash Simulator, a great compulsive chill game. Ken, a pleasant and weird oxymoronic stressful game. And Baby Steps, 1 step forward and 9 steps back, but a wonderful metaphor for depression and hopelessness. It captures that feeling of apathy and dissolution of life when the black dog is smothering you perfectly. Keep up the good work, onwards and upwards, provided I can get my footing on firm ground.
Thanks.
It's always nice to hear. I don't know if you've picked this one, but we also got some feedback saying everything David recommends I hate. And I don't know if you've
that's
picked
coming
that
up
one.
next.
Okay. All right, let's get to that then.
Yeah, this is Crazy Cat Clara. Hi guys, this is a dream that I had that I wanted to share. Okay, it's a big one.
It's a long one, but I think it's worth it.
I somehow got invited to David Turner's barbecue garden party. Sean, Matt and James were there, including their partners, family and friends. David was on the barbie cooking. He said that everything was nearly ready and take your seats. There was a dining table outside the garden, tablecloth, cutlery all set, fancy napkins, wine glasses, water glasses, and everything looked fine and dandy. David came over to me first and put some chicken legs on my plate along with some side salad. I turned to look at David and I said thank you. However, I thought I saw something strange out the corner of my eye. I thought I saw something drop off the chicken and move into the salad. I just shrugged it off, but David was there looking and staring at me, telling me to pick up the chicken and eat it. It's just chicken legs. Just pick it up with your hands and eat it. We won't mind. So I picked up the chicken leg and took a bite. It didn't taste right. It was foul. I mean, I hope that's a pun. It was foul and I spat it out. There was worms and maggots wriggling in the chicken all over my plate and inside my mouth.
And then James came over and said, "It's what Mama used to make it."
Can't believe you're slagging this off. David was laughing at me. I was coughing and gagging. David picked up the chicken and put it in front of my face while telling me to come on, eat it. Come on, eat it.
I beg your pardon?
Come on, eat it.
Fucking hell, I thought the story got even worse. Go on.
No, well, it'll save that for the next paragraph. Come on, eat it. I made it especially for you. Trying to force feed it to me. Matt chimed in and told David off and smacked his hand with the chicken away from me. James gave me a pat on the back, asking if I'm okay, and Sean poured me out a glass of water and handed it to me. This dream happened 3 days ago, and I've been umming and ahhing about sending it in because I don't like to say anything bad about people. I'm feeling a little upset, but I think I've worked out why I had this dream. Because David talks so passionately about the games he plays, he has been talking about Arc Raiders a lot recently, which I don't mind. I'm not having a go. He has planted this thought into my mind about me playing Arc Raiders myself, and I've watched a few videos on YouTube. It looks okay, but it's not my cup of tea. I know if I bought it, I wouldn't enjoy it. This has happened a few times now. David has spoken so passionately about a game, and because of that, I've bought it and not enjoyed it. The last couple of games that have come to mind are Howard Halibut and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I bought both these games, played them for about an hour, didn't enjoy them, and haven't played them since. So I think all the games that David likes, I don't like. I think my subconscious is telling me not to listen to David. This is why I had this awful dream. I'm sorry, David, if this upsets you. I love you and the way you talk so passionately about games. I love you all. All the best. Crazy Cat Clara.
I am upset about that actually. The maggots, just is a long-winded way of saying that you've got a bad taste in game. What do you like, Crazy Cat Clara? How about you message in next week? Tell me what games you like, and I'll go, yeah, I don't like them. How about that? How would you feel? How would you feel about that?
Oh, you're really upsetting now.
Yeah.
Crazy Cat Clara.
I bet I really like all the games that Crazy Cat Clara likes.
Fuck you, Sean.
Flibble Dibble 2.
Yeah. It's the best one of the series.
Yeah, good point.
Sean, I'm going to give you
High
a chicken
point.
leg full of maggots.
Two's the best.
This is very upsetting. Yeah, it would appear that some people like the games that I like, but other people's does not.
People's is not. That's true.
Sorry about that, Crazy Cat Clara, but that's why there's more than one person on this show. And I'm sure Sean will tell you about a game that no one has heard of in a few minutes.
What, Fortnite?
No idea how correct you are, Dave.
Oh, I've just seen your games. Yeah, no, you're all right, Crazy Cat Clara. There's plenty for you to get excited about later in the show.
Yes. That is it for feedback. Go to tcgs.co to leave your feedback.
Okay, then, let's get to news. James Farley, lots to talk about, is there?
There is, because last week Sony had a state of play, and you guys did a talks over for it.
You guys certainly did.
Yeah, was it good?
It's fucking great, I thought.
Yeah, it
I
was a good old time.
I think there was some really disappointing omissions. I think that's fair to say. Like, it was annoying that we didn't see anything from Naughty Dog's new game. We didn't see any of Wolverine, which worries me actually. Like, I expected to see a trailer for this, and then like the big push during Summer Games Fest and all that sort of stuff, or around that time.
Has Sony ever done like Nintendo do, where they have like a state of play that's focused on one game? I wonder if Wolverine's big enough that they're like, we're gonna have a Wolverine special state of play.
No, I don't think they've done one game. They've done one where it's like, right, we're going to be talking about 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But yeah, never just like focus. I could be wrong actually. Maybe someone can correct me, but nothing sticks out. But I think there was enough good-looking games here. There was and there was enough surprises. I mean, to start with a new Kenner game is one of the most bizarre, like not in a million years. Like if we'd have done this as a prediction on the prediction show, I think Sony are going to announce a new Kenner game. Kenner Bridge of Spirits was a PS5 launch game, was it?
No, it was on PS4 as well. I think.
I think it
was one of those ones where it like
cross-gen.
It was like cross-gen, yeah.
I
But
don't think it was.
I think.
Well, I seem to remember being like, an early PS5, not showcase is the wrong word, but like, hey, okay, this is like a PS5 exclusive. But
it definitely was.
it's on PS4. According to Science
Yeah,
Watch.
it's on PS4.
But it was.
Okay.
But it was with the PS5 launch. Like it was.
Oh
I think
yeah,
it
they
was one of
brought it
those.
out on Xbox. You're absolutely right. I remember I played it because the reason why I played it is that it looks gorgeous, right? The animation, I believe the studio that works on it also works on a lot of animation for movies, right? And you really saw that in the cutscenes. Like it looks fucking, like in terms of animation, looked fucking great. And I remember just thinking, it was one of those games at the back of your head that was like, oh, you should try this. And I went into it thinking, this is going to be your classic average launch game. Nothing spectacular. And it's kind of right. It wasn't like spectacular, but it did a lot of really cool shit. Like
Yeah.
gameplay wise, visually, it did a lot of cool stuff.
See, I played this not last Christmas, but the Christmas before, and because you'd recommended it, you were like, "You'll probably like this," and you're like, "It's not
I
an
knew
amazing
you'd
game.
like it.
It's like
Yeah.
it's a 7 out of 10 game or whatever." And
Yes.
and you're totally right, it was. But yeah, I had a really good time with it. It was really enjoyable, and that's why seeing this, I was really shocked as well that they kicked off the whole thing with this. But also, it looks incredible. I thought.
Yeah,
like,
it
some
looks
parts of
great.
this.
It
yeah.
looks everything that Kenner Bridge of Spirits did. It looks like it's expanded on that. I love what it's doing visually. Again, it seems to have dropped the weird, like blackcurrant things that was such a big part of that first game. That was actually probably the worst part of
Sorry,
it.
the what?
You could pick up these little blackcurrant characters that followed you around,
Yeah,
and then they
and you
would
had to
do stuff.
manipulate them and
Okay.
do things to them. Yeah.
They were all right, but it was a little bit like it made a bit. I think it made too much of a big thing every time you found one, and in the end, it was just like, oh, all right, come on. But like honestly, I'm totally excited for this because they obviously believe in this as a franchise. But more importantly, I think there was enough room for improvement there to actually make. Look, I'm not going to say that this is going to be a 10 when it comes out, but it could go from a 7 to an 8, which doesn't sound like a big jump, but it is. You know, you're bringing out an 8 or 10 game like that. I think, you know, you're pushing in the right direction. I'm excited for it, and it was a great surprise, like a really nice surprise for people that like that game. I think people that did like that game will see the potential in it and go, actually, there might be something here. So. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. Great
And
way
it
to
was-
start.
It was definitely a good way to kick off the whole thing because it was like I think one of the things that we've been wanting a lot, particularly from PlayStation recently, has been news, like some new stuff. You know, some stuff
Yeah.
that we didn't know anything about. And obviously, this isn't like a Sony first party thing, and it's coming to PC as well. It's like PS5 and PC, but
Yeah.
still, it was good to have something like a bit new looking. But to kick off, I mean, what I'll do is I'll go through these.
We should say it's called Kenna Scars of Cosmora.
Yeah.
Cosmora. So it's not Bridge of Spirits 2, but like it's yeah, and it's Kena apparently, but I'm not going to change.
No, I'm not going to call it that.
I'm not going to call it Lidl either or Hyundai. It's not going to happen.
No, it's Hyundai.
It's Hyundai. Yeah, sorry.
Hyundai. Honestly, we've had fucking years of marketing where they've called it Hyundai, and now they're talking to us. Actually, it's pronounced like this. Well, fucking go back to your old adverts then and change them because
On the Lidl thing, I saw the Lidl advert the other day, and they just kind of say Lidl, and maybe it's like a slight elongation on
Not the ones I've heard.
on,
No,
on,
In
on the
UK it
first
says Lidl.
vowel.
I believe in Germany they say Lidl, but who cares?
No, who cares?
you usually.
Me usually, but as I
Yeah.
said, I'm a changed man.
So then
Right.
we got a trailer for Ghosts of Yotei Legends, which is like this free DLC for it. It's like 4-player online co-op with like 4 classes. I mean, they did something similar to this with Tsushima, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah, yeah.
And it
So
was
we
good.
we
It was
played
really
it.
great. It was sort of because I think we streamed it, didn't we, James?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
And I think we both sort of went in thinking it was going to be slashing up baddies together, but then not only like it's a really different setting. It's like it's all mythical, so the enemies are like monsters and ghosts and shit. There was like sort of raid mechanics in it. So it's like, oh, you've got to like find an enemy that's glowing red and then kill him and then go to this orb and fucking put the red glow in the orb. Shit like that.
It was
Actually
quite
fun though.
complicated.
It
Yeah.
was all right.
But it was good. I mean, I don't know if I'll play this, but any more of Yotei is
Well,
a
if
good
you
thing.
don't play it, James, who am I going to play it with?
All right.
Because these two fuckers still haven't
Well, then
played
why don't we
Ghost of Yotei.
why don't we do a stream? We
We
could do
should
another
do a stream.
stream
That'd be good fun.
because it'd be good. Then we got an update like Death Stranding 2 on the beach. I mean, that's a PC port coming, so great. And then For Loop, which was this is
Strange one, wasn't it? It sort of looked. I didn't think it demoed particularly well. I'm not writing the game off yet. There were aspects of what they showed. It was like, was it like a co-op?
It was just
Sort of
it felt like the
PvE
most
thing.
generic 4-player kind of third-person
I don't
shooter.
know, man. I
And
thought
loads of
like some of
menus,
these-
loads of UI. I was like, you're showing us too much. Like some
Yeah.
people saying these things. Oh, it'd be nice if we actually saw how the game worked. Like I feel like they showed too much. Just show gameplay without
No, I
going
don't-
to all the
yeah,
menus.
so-
Like I don't. I'm not looking at what these guns are and the stats. Just show me some cool gameplay. Personally, I
No,
just wasn't really too
they
enthused
had,
about it.
it had some nice ideas. I mean, that ability where you like could teleport something away, I thought was pretty cool. Like
Oh,
the
you
whole...
using portal type things?
Yeah, you can like portal like an enemy away, like somewhere else. Presumably to another part of the map or whatever. Because that could be quite funny. Because if you do that and then it ends up wrecking something else, it could be quite good. But
Yeah. No,
I don't
I
know.
thought this. I do see Matt's point. You could sort of look at it and be like, well, it's just sort of generic sort of military sci-fi stuff. I do think some of the enemy designs were like interesting and weird. And I'm always going to be curious about any sort of RPG-ish co-op game, as mentioned earlier. But yeah, I think the name is bad. The name is really
Oh
bad.
yeah. There's
Yeah,
worse
instantly-
names in this,
instantly forgettable.
but yeah, no, for sure. I will say that this didn't feel. You know when you see a stinker and you think this is a stinker, this didn't feel like that. This felt like a potentially good game that wasn't particularly shown off well at this conference.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the feeling I got from it anyway.
then we had stuff that we already have seen and we've talked about already. Like we had like Pragmata and
Capcom
also
segment.
more Resident Evil. They showed. Then we had Legacy of Kain, Defiance, which is like a remaster of that. This is a series I've never played.
Oh,
I've
they're
never
good,
really
man.
got
Well,
into.
I say they're good. They were good when I played them 20 years ago. No, yeah, this was welcome because they remastered Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 a year or two ago, and I was like, there's a third game in that series. You're not doing that one as well. So they are now remastering Legacy of Kain Defiance. What I thought was interesting was they all not in the state of play as far as I could see, but they also announced there's like a new Legacy of Kain game coming, but it's like a 2D. It's like an indie studio doing one basically, which I'm still up for. Apparently, it's going to expand on story and stuff. Looks really cool, but they just didn't mention it in this. I don't know.
All right.
Weird, but yeah.
Then Brigand Abyss. No one cares about that, right?
Oh, don't say it like that. Just don't mention it. Don't be.
Just skip it, man.
All right. Well, I'll just okay. If I skip anything that anyone cares about, just let me know. Then we had, the main event, Dead or Alive 6. We had Dead or Alive 6 last round, and then also there's a new Dead or Alive in development coming soon. But I haven't played one of these for quite a while since they went off the rails.
So what's it
quite
since Sunday?
spectacularly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was always I think it was going downhill anyway. But when Mary Rose was introduced, that's when I just went, no, I actually feel fucking grim playing this.
This
now.
isn't.
Yeah.
Play anymore.
And Mary Rose was in the trailer, so presumably in the game. It's I don't know if it's a series I'd particularly go back to. I'd love to sit down and just smash through a little bit of Dead or Alive 3 or 4 again, but 5 and 6, no thanks.
I think 4 was the last that I really got into. That was really good. But Street Fighter 6 is really good, so I don't really care anymore. It's it's fine. Then we had more Control Resonant. Showed a bit more of that.
Looks good. It looks
Very
good.
good.
Okay.
What?
No, it's nothing. This doesn't excite me. This game. I don't know why. It just doesn't.
I think it
What did you think about the
excites me
first
more
one?
than
Did you like the first Control?
It was all right. I didn't think it was amazing.
Okay.
Was the thing.
I thought you would have enjoyed the setting, if nothing else.
Yeah, the
Yes.
setting, but it's the gameplay. Like, because it looks to me, this looks
but
like
that's
it's a
what's-
kind of a hack and slash kind of
Yeah, but this
shooting
is
thing.
why I like this one. Like with Control, I really didn't like the gameplay. I quite like the setting, but the tone of it, I just thought I wasn't meeting eye to eye with it. Whereas this seems a little bit more exaggerated. The combat is completely different, so I'm willing to give that a go. I'm more excited about this than if they'd have done a Control 2, for sure.
Yeah, I'm less excited, but I need because I think what we've seen so far have been very combat heavy, and I want to see like the lore trailer or like the mystery trailer where it goes into that kind of stuff, which is the weird stuff I like from the first one. Yeah, the combat of the first one wasn't great, but the vibes were immaculate, and I'm a big fan of that. So, but
Presumably, this is just like a sidestep rather than a direct sequel, right?
Yeah,
I mean, chronologically, it's definitely set after Control.
Sure, but I think this does feel like, oh no, we do these ones and we do these ones.
Yeah,
like,
like, I mean,
I think
from what
there'll be a
we've
Control
seen-
2.
Yeah, from what we've seen, it's entirely possible that like this isn't necessarily a continuation of Jesse's story from the previous game. This could be like a completely separate thing. But yeah,
There was Beast of Reincarnation. We saw a bit more of that.
Yeah.
And then we moved on to, I mean, there's the Rayman 30th Anniversary Edition. I mean, did any of you play the Rayman games?
I never really got into them.
Because they were one of those games where I remember like getting it on like the PS1 because it looked amazing, like it looked fantastic. But I remember it also being brutally hard as well, and not really enjoying it very much. But this doesn't particularly interest me.
I didn't like
that
them
much.
until Rayman Legends, which was decent.
Yeah, that was good.
I thought
Yeah, I
they were
remember
really
everyone
good.
raving about that one, but
Yeah.
There was an Endless Runner as well that they did that was on iPhone.
mobile
That was
one.
great.
Yeah, that was
And it
decent.
was pretty good. Yeah,
was good, yeah.
I remember that.
Mina the Hollower
Yeah.
also got shown.
yeah. So we haven't got a release date, but we do have a release year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
yeah, well,
which is this year.
they said it was spring, right? So theoretically in the next few months, but
Oh, okay.
we'll see.
There's also
Oh, yeah.
a demo
Sorry.
out now as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I didn't realize the demo. Have you played that demo, Sean?
Yeah, I talked about it on the show a little while ago, Matt.
Okay, no, but this is an exclusive demo.
Is it different to because there was a demo on Steam a while back?
This is it's an exclusive demo, so I'm not sure.
Shit. Okay. fine.
So you're saying you haven't played it?
I haven't played this
Interesting.
demo.
Interesting.
Which
Okay.
may or may not be the same.
Kind of want to clarify that. Okay. Move on, James.
Then we got some more Neva, whatever you want to call it.
Neva.
Yeah, the prologue. So this is
I'll play
coming
that.
On the 19th of February.
play
And
that.
it's
So on Eurogamer it says it's revealed a charming new indie title, but the thumbnail says it's DLC. So what is it? Is it part of Neo or is it a new thing?
I would probably go with the official trailer rather than what Eurogamer is
Yeah.
saying. I would probably go with that one.
yeah, I think it looks like it's probably DLC. So they're adding a bit to the original game, it seems. Anyway, then we got, okay, how do I pronounce this? Yako Shinobi Ops, which is like, is this the one
This
where
looks cool as hell.
where people are saying this is like Tenchu, but it's like, like turn-based, or not turn-based, but like tactical strategy rather than
I
third
don't know.
person.
I think it was basically an action game, right? It was still sort of third person. The camera was very sort of high up and looking down, but I
It
think
was like isometric. I don't know. Yeah. This didn't look too good. It looked like a PS1 game to me. Like going for
thought it
that
looked
style,
really
not that it
cool.
looked like a PS1 game. It just looked like it was
Tenchu.
going for that sort of
yeah,
era of
reminiscent of the
gaming.
old
Yeah.
Tenchu stuff, which I guess
Yeah.
makes sense. But also, it'd be really nice to have one of those that maybe a bit more modern. I don't know. Was it co-op? It sort of showed like a team of ninjas, but then I wasn't sure if it was like commandos where you sort of switch in between them, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's not clear because I've always co-op at a time. No, yeah, it's a 4-player cooperative game. Yeah.
Okay.
4-player cooperative stealth experience that redefines shinobi action. I think it looked cool as hell. I love the use of like there's a lot of dark environments at night, and there was lights where you're kind of trying it's helping you get around the place. I think it looked cool as hell, and it could be brilliant if it's 4-player co-op, all trying to kill people. That
And there
sounds
was
great.
like different characters with like really different abilities as well, wasn't there? So there was like one guy you can just fucking smash through walls, but it's obviously not very stealthy, and then stuff like that. So yeah. Keen.
Then we had something from Crafton, which is this Project Windless, which
the game of the show.
chicken.
Terrible name for. But I've watched that trailer 3 or 4 times now. I think it's brilliant. It's the one where you play as a beefcake chicken.
A giant rooster, yeah.
Who in a rather Dynasty Warriors style setting, with thousands of enemies on screen at once, you just swipe them down. Like, it looks like so much fun. I thought the trailer was excellent. Like, if you want a masterclass in showing off what your game's about, then this is well worth watching. I was a little bit worried, like the first minute is all like,
I was going to say,
very
it's like,
serious.
who's the evil queen, and some
I was
shit
like, I
going on,
bet
and
this
then-
is a Dark Souls game.
Yeah.
But clearly they're building up this very tense, serious, high fantasy thing, and then all of a sudden you see a muscle chicken, like with a sword just slashing people down, and you're like, I am so this
Full of
is so
maggots and stuff.
PS2. I am up for this. I am fucking up for this.
Apparently, this is based on a series of novels as well.
Cool. I'll get me those novels. I'll read them.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
And
I'm
then the
fully
chicken
on board
slashed
with
all
this
the
game.
guys, and it was cool as hell.
TC
And then
just
it's-
book club.
There's times where it looked like God of War. Like
Yeah,
it,
it did
was
look a
looked
bit
like
like
you were
that, yeah.
controlling Kratos. Yeah, man, I hope this is good as it's shown because it looks fucking brilliant. And I hope they change the name of it a little bit.
Yeah, I hope I do
later.
too.
Project Windless is not a good name for a video game.
Then we got another look at Galactic Racer.
Sorry, shout out to one of our listeners. Oh no, it was Cami who on our stream said it should be called Helden Ring. No. What was the pun? What was the pun?
It was Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
Helden Ring.
No, not
Elden Ring.
What? Okay, should we
very
move on?
Yeah.
Well done.
So we had Galactic Racer. We got a story trailer for this. I thought this didn't look very good, honestly. Like,
No?
Really?
no, I
I
thought
thought it looked good.
the trailer. No, as in like everything just looked really sparse. I didn't think it looked terribly interesting.
The
But
bikes go really fast.
that's
If
true.
it
I mean,
wasn't sparse. They would be
it's
in trouble.
it's all about the gameplay though, like and how this
Yeah.
is going to play. And I'm sure it's going to be great. It's just I thought, I didn't think that this looked amazing
I
from
will
this
say the
short
one
trailer.
thing I do find strange about this is, to me, the sort of iconic thing about the Star Wars pod racing was, the weird design in that they'll have like the two engines and then they're sort of tethered to
Yeah.
the bit where the racer sits, which is obviously a sort of visual nod to like chariot
Yeah, it's chariot racing. Yeah, yeah.
That appears to be gone in this. They're just like solid body
Bikes and stuff. Yeah.
bikes, which is they've obviously made that decision on purpose. It'd be interesting to hear why.
I'll tell you why.
But
So I can sell you the episode 1 DLC later on.
yes, they did threaten that in this trailer, didn't they?
Yeah,
It
with
was
the
like
character,
it
yeah.
was gonna be
Also, so
original,
they couldn't have like speeder bikes and all that kind of stuff, and just put
yeah, I guess so, yeah.
anything in it. It's
Yeah.
that's the thing. We got some more 007.
Yep, still looks good.
Still looks
Yeah.
good.
We seen a lot of
Looks
trailers
alright.
this game, haven't we? A lot of trailers.
There was
It's
a
now till
lot.
May, so there's probably like another 17 to go. But
Yeah.
yeah,
And then we moved on to the Konami section.
Sorry, before you move on, I just do want to point out, James Bond fans, they've not gone woke. There was a lady in a bikini in this trailer, as it fucking should be.
Thank
yeah,
God.
those
I hope she's
lefties
married.
haven't
someone
got
else.
to our they haven't got to our James Bond yet. Is what I'm saying. Not gone to it yet.
thank God.
Okay. Then we moved on to the Konami section of the show. So I mean, Konami does seem to be going through some sort of renaissance still at the moment. Although it's
you
mostly,
say that.
but it's not actually Konami, is it? Most of this stuff
This
it's
is
being
the
produced
thing.
by
It's
other
like-
studios, and yeah,
A lot of this looked good,
yeah.
but also I'm just like, come on, guys, one new idea. Come on, we can
Yeah.
do this.
So we got the Metal Gear Solid Collection Volume 2, which I'm quite excited about because I've never played Metal Gear Solid 4, and
Oh, you're not?
no,
Oh, that would be a great stream.
There is some problematic stuff in that game.
I love that game. It was stupid, but
there's loads of great stuff as well. But there is some stuff that in 2026 would not fly.
I mean,
What are you referring to?
You could say that
I
about
can't
most of like Kojima's Metal Gear games.
Yeah, no,
I think at this
what,
point.
what are you referring to there?
The bosses that are like the women that are in.
Oh
that are like,
god, yeah,
they're
that
all
was really odd.
traumatized, but they're in skin tight outfits, and you can see the outlines of certain organs. It's...
haven't they been
Liver,
through
like
enough? Sean?
livers and
Haven't they been
kidneys
through
and
enough,
stuff.
Sean? Let them dress how they want to dress. Is what I'm saying. Like, come on. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, nothing's gonna be cut, so I think maybe don't stream that, James.
Okay, and then also there's Peace Walker, which also I've never played. So yeah, I'll be up for this. Has any of you played that?
I played a bit of
No.
Peace Walker. Peace Walker's the one where, Paz, the character, who in this game is a teenage girl, in a cutscene, you can zoom in on her and her clothes disappear.
Why do you know so much about this stuff, Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Because-
Why
it
you're
is a
telling
bit
us this
suspicious.
stuff? We didn't know, and you're like, oh yeah, guys, in this one you can see the fucking
When
shoulder.
Dave slags Kojima off for being a weirdo, that's fine. But when I actually know about the things
You have
he's
an
done, that's
encyclopedic knowledge about this stuff.
Yeah, but I was because he did a talking doll, Sean, not because in 14 minutes into the gameplay of Metal Gear Solid 2, you can see some areola.
Oh no! You can
I mean,
see
granted,
everything.
it's not
to
as
that
bad
bit.
as Metal Gear Solid 5. Oh, she has to wear a bikini because she's technically a plant.
Yeah, I
Spoilers.
Yeah,
I've
so
not played it.
story-wise it worked, Sean. It worked. Lore-wise it worked. In this collection, there's
I love
also
the fact. I still love the fact that when they showed that character off in Quiet's own trailer, he said, "You all be embarrassed actually, because there's
Be
actually
ashamed
a
of your words and
reason.
deeds. That was the. Yeah.
There's a reason for this." she breathes through her skin.
Yeah, she got
What-
photosynthesized.
Then why is she rolling around in water all the time? Sorry, God.
And then so that
but
was
also, I've also this can include the Game Boy Color game, isn't it? Ghost
Yes,
Babel,
Ghost Babel,
which
yeah.
is which is really interesting.
it's actually very good. I played that. It was a very good game. So that was that, and then we moved on to Darwin's Paradox, which I mean they moved into that by sort of showing this demo which has been released, which I have played, which had the Metal Gear Solid.
But this is weird because the way they were like setting up, it's almost like, hang on, are they? It felt like very much like they were teasing a new Metal Gear Solid game. We're like, hang on, like
weird.
the way they were talking, the way this next part of the conference started, we're like, what the hell is this? And then turns out it's not that completely, but it really felt like they were potentially teasing something coming, and in the end, it was the old bait and switch.
Yeah. So this is like a 2D platform. Not really a platformer. It's like an exploration kind of game, which is a bit with like puzzle works. I mean, I'll talk about it later because I played the demo for it. And then we had got, because it's Castlevania's anniversary, I think, and we've got Castlevania Belmont's Curse, which is another studio's working on this. It's not obviously it's not Konami.
It's the
Dead Cells people?
Yeah, it's Dead Cells.
Yes.
That's it. Yeah. Which made
So
me a
I'm
bit
excited.
less interested because I'm worried that this is going to be a roguelike.
You love Dead Cells.
What?
No, I did, but I don't want a Castlevania roguelike game. Like I really
I don't think
they
it is a
would do
roguelike,
that,
is
would
it? I
they?
think this is a proper Castlevania game.
Okay,
Or
I
a
hope
Yeah.
so.
Metroidvania game.
Because I don't know. Because one of the things I've always really liked about the Castlevania games is like the exploration of the map and like how well all the sections are like linked together and everything. And I know you can do that with roguelikes, but it still won't be quite.
No, it's not the same. Yeah, like a
Yeah.
good Metroidvania is handcrafted and
Yeah.
as you say, there's a real art to it. So
Yeah, it says here it's so roguelike deck builder with crafting. And no, I'm joking.
well, all comedians in the chat says confirmed not a roguelike according
Okay.
to the Steam page. So yeah.
That's good. Then I'm interested. Then we had Silent Hill Townfall, which is another. Yeah, they seem to be banging these out at the moment. Like this is.
Yeah, so this was already announced previously. It's just
Yeah.
that we might have got like a super quick teaser trailer or like an image if nothing else. But no,
I still want to play Silent Hill F. The other one that came out last year. I'm just waiting for it
Yeah.
to go down in
Fucking
price.
Fucking
that game
mad,
does seem really interesting. There's a massive discussion about it on multiple podcasts on Nextlander because Brad and Vin and stuff are going through it, and the stuff it does in that game seems absolutely wild, frankly. This looks good. This looks interesting.
And Rev Noir. I don't remember anything about
And
this.
Dot Noir. This was the
Fine.
just
Yeah.
incredibly anime looking one.
Okay.
I don't think we actually learned a lot about it.
Okay, then we had John Wick. So there was a trailer for John Wick, which is
John Wick, yeah. Did we know this was happening? I didn't.
no.
I think.
I think this
No,
was
it's an
the
announcement, isn't it? Yeah. Although, interestingly enough, on the announcement video, it's called Untitled John Wick Game. So, I don't
sequel
know
to
if it's a
Goose
follow-up to.
Yeah.
Fuck you! I was just building up to
Sorry,
that, you
sorry.
fucking prick.
Sorry, I
Oh,
wasn't trying
God.
to torpedo.
No,
it.
fuck off.
well, the initial part of the trailer was all like sort of just like cutscene stuff, and so I was like, okay, well, we don't
Yeah.
know what this is actually going to be. But then they did seem to show some stuff which looked more like it was in game, and it looked very violent, and it looked quite fun. I thought.
I'm intrigued as to how this is going to work without just being QTEs. And
That's
I
true.
think that
Well-
I don't know how you make a John Wick game. Like obviously John Wick Hex existed and I think is gone now because of licensing shit. But obviously that took John Wick and made it into like a turn-based strategy game, which is I think is a cool, like it's an interesting way of doing it. And obviously this is aiming to be an action game, and I don't know how you do cool John Wick shit, which is obviously
was
just
that?
constant lightning
Yeah.
reactions and
Well, was that fighting game where you got older every time you died? It's
That
like
is
oh, Sifu.
Matt, I was just thinking
Yeah,
of that
what was
as
that
well. Yeah.
What's it called?
Sifu.
Yeah, Sifu. I like that kind of combat. I can imagine working really well in John Wick.
But then does that becomes a game about John Wick getting his ass kicked all the time? Do you know what I mean?
Not if they make
but
it easy.
Yeah,
Sean.
but they made a James Bond game where James Bond gets actually shot. So they made a few of those. So I wouldn't worry about that too much.
But no,
yeah, I don't.
I thought it
We'll
looked good.
see.
The marathon, we saw a bit more of that, but yeah, not much more to say about that.
Server Slam coming soon.
I was going to say the big news is there's a big Server Slam test weekend happening the weekend before launch. PS5 and other platforms. I mean, I feel like at that point you might as well wait another week, but it'd be better, more impactful surely if it is out now. But hey, it'd be good to see what that's
try
about.
It for free, and if it's shit, you don't have to buy it. So
Is that, yeah.
we'll see.
And then, this was quite cool. Was seeing Big Walk is coming, to PSN, which is well,
Yeah, so
PlayStation
not only
Plus.
is it coming to PS5, but also we ain't gonna have to pay for it. So
Yeah.
that's a bonus. Yeah, no, 'cause we
No,
thought, like,
we now is it?
What?
Sean? You've got your PlayStation, haven't you?
yeah. Well, I was going to play this on PC, but now I'm happy to announce that we're all going to play it together.
Yeah, like I think this game looks great. I think it'll be a lot of fun when it comes out. It went oddly quiet, so I'm happy that they've shown it off again. But yeah, it did go a bit quiet, didn't it? Well, last time it was mentioned was, I think, about midway through last year. And I was expecting it to build up a little bit, because I remember thinking, well, Peak's out now. How's it going to compete with that? But now Peak is, it's still a big game, obviously, but there has been quite a distance between the two games now. So yeah, no, interested to see how this turns out.
Yeah, still no release date. We know it's coming this year, or they've reinstated this year, but yeah, it looks like a lot of fun.
So
the Eurogamer write-up, now mentions that 2D Legacy of Kain game.
that's exactly what I was about to say. So
I just fall asleep when this was on or something? What happened?
I don't know, because I don't
confused.
remember seeing this either.
No.
But yeah, there's Legacy of Kain Ascendance. Yeah, that's
Coming out on my birthday, which is very good of them.
Cool. More Saros. We saw some more of this. Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't think this is the best trailer we've seen for the game. But I think it will be very good when it comes out.
We're already sold, aren't we? So.
Yeah.
And then, there was more. They showed off, Marvel Tokon again, which
got X-Men in
Fight
it.
Marvel game.
Yeah. And then we moved on to God of War, where it got revealed that there's a God of War trilogy remake, which is in development, but it seems not anywhere near down the line yet. It's going to be a while, it seems, until it actually appears.
strange couple of games to end on, really. I thought the remakes, okay, some people will like them, fine. They didn't actually show anything off from them, so we don't actually know what even they look like at this point. But more importantly, the God of War Sons of Sparta, which is like a 2D side-scrolling game. I mean, again, may end up being really good. I don't think it particularly demoed well at this thing.
No, I think it felt like a really weird week, personally, a week end to the conference.
and
Yeah,
they
strange.
did the whole Microsoft thing of like, it's out now and everything, I think, to build up some excitement or whatever. But I've played this over the weekend, and and so
You finished it?
No.
Okay.
Nowhere near. It's,
I don't know what you do with. I don't know, be like, it's like another origin bit for Kratos. Like at this point, is that? I don't know if that's an interesting thing to delve into. Like, was it like 14-year-old Kratos being like, sure, I hope I don't kill my wife and child one day. Like, I mean, you know what I mean?
Actual dialogue.
Yeah.
I'll let you know in about 30 minutes, Sean.
Okay, cool.
How it works out. But yeah, so that was the end. I mean, I thought this was a pretty good state of play. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
There was a lot of stuff.
Loads of stuff. A lot of it looks good. There's some stuff that wasn't really for me, but still looks okay. I just thought there was a couple of glaring omissions that worry me, but hopefully that's just me being over concerned, and actually they're thinking push those games towards the end of the year rather than throughout the year. So hopefully we'll hear more about Wolverine and Naughty Dog's next game later in the
Yeah,
year.
Naughty Dog thing. I mean, that feels like it's gonna be a 27, 28 game anyway. So
Oh god, yeah, it's not coming out
so
this year,
I
but you still want it.
probably-
You still want to know more about it at this point. I
yeah,
think.
you want to, but I don't think we're likely to.
I mean,
think-
this whole
That's what
state
you
of
said
play.
before the fucking stream, Matt. Don't
I
give
think
me
I
any
said
of
I
that.
wanted to, but yeah, I don't know.
Ah, you little
No,
naughty
go
boy,
on.
aren't you?
What-
Because
what
before
was
the
I
stream,
saying?
you're like, I'm pretty sure we'll see the Naughty Dog do a game, but this one actually. Yeah,
I don't think I said
they'll
that.
end on
I
that.
don't think I said that.
They'll end on that. They'll fucking end on that, is what you're saying. Before the stream. Don't give me any of that bollocks.
But no, I think
Hey,
we'll
man.
see that when we get like a showcase. Probably like later in the year. That'll be when
Yeah.
we'll see a lot of that stuff. So yeah.
No, we won't.
Okay. Right, we
Okay.
are an hour and 5 minutes in. Come on.
All right. Next news is that Highguard is not shutting down after they laid off quite a lot of people. So according to Eurogamer, an unspecified number of people were laid off by Wildlight. And although, according to Eurogamer, they said going by the LinkedIn and other social media posts, it seems to be the majority of the team have gone. This was the team that there was a lot of them were from Titanfall and Apex Legends who'd worked on the game, but Wildlight have said that there's a core group of developers is going to continue to develop the game. The Eurogamer story that you can always have a look and see has a lot of quotes from some of the people that were involved with this. I mean, this is one of them. This is from Alex Frostwolf, who was the social and community lead. He said, Highguard is the story of us, a group of talented, like-minded folks on an adventure into the unknown. Much like our wardens who got back up after losing a fight, we will rise again for our next adventures. And I mean, the Eurogamer story talks a lot about the fact that the game seems to have had quite a rocky launch. There was a lot of criticisms about the the map sizes and 3 versus 3 combat. And Wildlight tried to fix this by adding in 5 versus 5 modes, and there's been other content updates as well. But this didn't. I mean, this was first shown at the Game Awards, wasn't it? I think last
Well,
year.
yeah. So this is
Yeah.
because it had this really weird launch where supposedly their plan was it was just going to be a surprise launch. Early this year. And
Yeah,
then they
just
got
like
offered-
Apex.
Yeah, and then they got offered this slot at the Game Awards, and were like, oh well, we can't pass that up. So they ended up showing the trailer at the Game Awards, and then having no PR plan between that and launch. To the point that people were like, "Is this coming out when you said it is?" Because there's been nothing, and I think like that just really shook everyone's confidence in it. And it came out, and it was like just everyone had the fucking knives out for it. Like there were, like as James says, there were legitimate problems with it. I've had a quick go. I played it for about an hour, so got through the tutorials and stuff. It got some cool ideas. Like it's interesting, and it would be really good to see it, come to fruition. But yeah, certainly the map size is a thing. Like playing it 3 versus 3, there's a lot of just running around. Like there's nothing happening basically. You're like looking for where the combat is actually going on. So that is a really big problem, and I'm kind of amazed they didn't pick up on that prior to release. But hey ho. But yeah, it's really fucking sad that like most of the team had to be let go. Although I've seen people making the point that like who allowed this to get to a position where the game needed to be a fucking enormous success right off the bat in order to
Yeah.
avoid letting most of the team go. Like that's kind of wild, but then equally,
Yeah, but within like a fortnight, 3 weeks of launch, it's
yeah.
ridiculous.
So what? Okay, is this okay? Because I don't know hardly anything about this game. Is this another games as a service game?
Yeah. It's free to play service game.
Okay.
And yeah.
See, it feels a bit like after Concord, it's like everyone's just desperate for the next one of those.
That's the
Do you know
thing.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
it does feel a bit
It's-
like that. Like I say, like people were just like, "Oh, let's fucking tear this game down." Like, yes, it's got legitimate problems, but I don't think it deserves the kicking it got from a lot of people. And yeah, as you say, like there was, like all the staff. I saw there was like a LinkedIn post, and one of the staff was like, "I know everyone's like waiting to hear the story about how this was mismanaged and we had a horrible time. That is not the case. Like we loved making this." Like it was a great experience. Obviously, awful that like so many of them had to be let go, but yeah, sad all around.
Yeah.
And I mean, next I got some more sad news. So Hideki Sato, who was the designer of all Sega's previous consoles, he died a few days ago. He was 77. He was also Sega's former president as well, and he worked on like the Master System, Mega Drive, Saturn, and the Dreamcast. And I mean, in like VGC had like some sort of quotes from him as well, where he talked about how like the console development was always influenced by arcade advances, and that was like the sort of the thing that really pushed Sega.
Oh yeah, it totally felt like that. I mean, when you looked at where they went with the Saturn and the Dreamcast,
Yes.
so arcade focused by that point that yeah, you could see the route they were going down. And yeah, no, I mean, look, we've spoken about this stuff before. Like, we're going to lose legends in the industry. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't familiar with Hideki Sato, to be honest. But to see the influence he had on the industry that we love, and the games that we grew up with, and the consoles that we adored, it's another legend of the industry gone, and it always sucks for that to happen, you know.
Yeah, we've also lost Shutaro Ida as well, who was he was one of the co-designers on Castlevania and also the Bloodstained series as well, and he's just died at 52. Yeah,
That's
Yeah, it's
awful
another
news, isn't it?
CV. That he's worked on loads of good shit.
yeah.
So yeah, very sad. The just on the Sega consoles, because I was looking at because of the conversation we're having about the Master System and stuff. I forgot how cool so in Japan the Master System was originally like the Sega Mark III or something.
Yeah, it was the Mark III.
The
Master
design
System.
of that is fucking beautiful. I mean, I know this is me, 40-year-old man, elder millennial, loving like retro tech and everything. It's just got like a really cool sort of retro futuristic look about it. And I was just because I had like the original Master System, which at the time felt cool and it hasn't aged that well. But no, the Japanese version looks fucking sick.
Oh yeah, the white one looks awesome.
Yeah.
Mm.
I've also, I mean, I had the Master System too, which like I look at it
Yeah, so
now
had I.
and I think it's not really it doesn't look that great as a design. And I think actually the original one that you had, Sean, like the original Master System, I think it's a much more interesting design.
It
I
is,
think.
yeah, definitely interesting.
And it took cards as well, which
did. I never
the Who
used.
cards, yeah.
The Mega Drive 2 was the one for me. I fucking love that. The look of that thing proper takes me back, you know. I'm sure there are people that go, no, actually the original Mega Drive design is the better. Nah. Mega Drive 2 was just like fucking so tight.
Yeah, no, I definitely prefer Mega Drive 1 design to 2. 2 just felt a bit.
Do ya?
I wasn't.
No, you
yeah,
don't.
hell yeah. Yes,
No way
definitely.
you
Well,
prefer
also
the Mega Drive 1 design. over the
100%.
Mega
100%.
Drive 2's got a worse sound chip as well than the original Mega Drive. It's not.
But,
I mean, they're
the
both bad,
Mega
so it doesn't
Drive
really
1
matter.
has like 16-bit written on it in massive.
Cool.
And
Also,
no,
so
not
does
cool.
so does the second one.
Stupid fucking slider. Oh, it does.
Number
yeah.
2 says 16-bit on the front as well.
yeah, but it's much bigger on the Mega Drive 1. The Mega Drive 1 doesn't look as good as the Mega Drive 2. No way.
The Mega
But
Drive 1 is much more iconic design. Mega Drive 2 is just like a black slab with 2 red little buttons. I wasn't a fan,
totally
as big a fan.
disagree, man. Those fucking sliders and stuff. Like, it just feels like people that think the Mega Drive 1 looks better are going, I'm different. Aren't I different? Fuck off.
I mean, can we?
Mega Drive 2 is the
But
one.
we don't know how many people prefer the first one over the second one. You might be
I
yours
know
a
that's
different
in
one.
my head.
Can we all agree though that the Mega Drive 3 looks awful? Because it
Mega
really
Drive
does.
3. I don't
There
remember
was
the
one.
Mega Drive 3.
No, there was. It's it's dreadful.
Oh yeah,
that
the
silver thing.
No, not silver. There's it's okay. Genesis 3. If you type
Genesis
Oh,
it
that
3,
thing.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
that is all. That is
Yeah, yeah.
disgusting. Yeah.
It's like a fucking
Yeah,
door
fair
stop.
enough. Yeah. But let's not go into what he did wrong. Let's celebrate what he did right.
Okay, next story is Peter Molyneux. This is Masters of Albion. He's describing this as the culmination of his work to date. It's launching in early access.
The ultimate Peter Molyneux phrase, isn't it? Like, come on.
Yeah, so it's launching in early access, and it's supposed to be just the first chapter in a planned trilogy.
God, just give it like Shenmue. It's not going to happen.
Now, I've got. It's not a massive quote, but I've got a quote from Peter Molyneux that I think is worth reading.
Yes.
So it says, "So this is an epic. We are thinking about 3 epic chapters. I suppose you call them. Then what we'll be releasing into early access will be Chapter 1, and it's going to take us quite a few years to get to Chapter 3.
We're not going to get there.
But
We're
this
not gonna
chapter,
get Chapter 3.
this Chapter 1, it has a story. It starts as a classic story of a hero coming and finding his power. There was an adversary who was doing. I know. Look, it gets worse.
It gets worse than that.
Yeah. There was an adversary who was doing something awful. There was a confrontation. It's a classic. This first chapter is a classic beat of that narrative story. There's going to be love, loss, hate, and betrayal in that first episode of the story. So it is a complete game. We're just thinking bigger rather than, right, this is the game. That's it. We've always been thinking about this bigger story.
All right, Peter. I thought you said this wasn't a big one. Quote. You've been talking for half an hour.
Well, yeah. Apparently, it seems that that it is. But then the next part of the, I mean, this is
Listen
the.
to me, then Sean. He didn't listen to me. Go
No,
on.
And here's the rub though with the whole
Apparently
thing.
that it is. Go on.
So his next quote, he says, "My overall desire is that Masters of Albion just brings joy to people. And if it brings joy to people, and there are enough people, we'll definitely be going forward with Masters of Albion 2 and 3. But you need money to do this." And so
that's the catch, isn't it?
it's coming out on the 22nd of April on Steam. So
I mean, I will say the screenshots on this article look a lot better than the footage he showed a little while back. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right.
I don't think it's
He
Sean
needs to
does
say
not
something
know.
smaller. Should start something smaller. We're not gonna see this. We're not gonna see number 2.
I don't think we're going to see number 2 either, but
No.
I'd like to be proven wrong, Matt.
But I
want every
I
game to
do
be
like
amazing.
a classic story of a hero coming and finding his power. So
Yeah.
So do I.
I mean, who doesn't?
First bit of the hero's journey, isn't it?
I mean,
Classic.
Yeah,
it's a classic. So
it's an
yeah.
epic.
Yeah.
It's an epic, in fact, yeah.
So anyway, next story is what's about the messed it up
Hey,
already.
next word is a what's the powder?
Oh, what's the bound?
My new section of the show, James Farley, what's the powder?
The problem is, James needed to seamlessly segue into this for it to work.
I know, and I've totally screwed it. But I mean, we're asking the question: what is behind the spike in pothole-related call-outs recently? So in Suffolk, up to 30 cars were damaged by a pothole on the same night. And according to the AA, they say that they're getting like pothole-related call-outs in January up 18% across the UK, with 6,235 in the east of England alone. Now, the BBC have talked to Mark Slack from Shelford in Cambridgeshire, and he agrees that it's dangerous. He said, "You see people swerving to avoid the potholes into the cycle lane or road. I do fear somebody's going to get harmed." And he was unlucky because he hit a pothole in the same road twice, and it cost him 700 quid. Now,
Sounds like a skill
You'd
issue.
learn
to me,
after
but
the
all
first one.
you may be wondering why. I mean, there's a number of factors according. So according
Right, can I have a guess? Because I genuinely have a guess at why there's something. Because it's a fucking nightmare around here at the moment.
Yeah.
I drove back from Bognor today, mate. Matt, get onto your council down in
Don't
Bognor.
be slagging off Bognor Regis. I mean,
Fucking hell,
what's it like down there?
Pothole region. No, I don't know. It's full of potholes. That place. It was a fucking nightmare driving around there. I thought I was going to lose a wheel. Has it got something to do with the amount of electric vehicles on the road these days?
no, actually,
Right,
So
that's bollocks because it absolutely is.
What?
Of
Oh,
course,
Go on,
it
why
is.
would that?
So,
be
yeah,
the case?
please
They're
tell me why you
massively
think.
heavier than normal cars, aren't they?
well, look, okay, we'll come
think
to that
so.
because that is a
Oh
factor.
God! If I'm wrong, I've been listening.
I
to
don't
that
think.
bullshit.
I mean, whether they're heavy or not, like, that's. I don't think it's that.
Yeah. What do you mean? You don't think? How is that not that? Like, heavier cars on the road. Of
According
course, they're
to
going to
wepoweryourcar.com, whoever that
Yes.
is,
Please
electric
be
vehicles
right,
are
otherwise-
heavier than petrol and diesel cars due to their large lithium-ion batteries.
Thank you. There you go. Right.
Yeah, but
so
that doesn't mean never the result of potholes.
Well,
get
no,
that
you
fucking
see,
diesel out, mate. Well, where do you think potholes come from, Matt?
I just thought it was like.
look, we're about to
shit
find out.
Okay.
Can we just
Shut up, James. Wear and
It's
tear.
about you, James.
Wear and tear, and they won't. I tell you why the BBC won't blame it on electrical vehicles, because they're woke. That's why. Yeah.
Well, Nick Tom,
Okay, well, that's clear. That.
Nick Tom, who's assistant professor of engineering at Nottingham University, says that it's worse during cold weather. He says it's not just the surface, it's further down. The water table within the road rises, and the materials do not behave well when it's full of water, and they lose some of their strength and stiffness. But then also, other people have said that it's because of the weight of vehicles. So David Seaman, a professor of mechanical engineering at Cambridge University.
Goalkeeper in the 90s. What is he getting involved for?
Seaborn.
What the fuck is David Seaman got anything to do with this?
David Seaman said, I wish I didn't get lobbed by that Brazilian. It completely ruined me.
So, I mean,
Have you seen the
David,
status road?
you're on the right track with the weight, but you're a bit off because he said that what this is down to is heavy trucks. He says each tyre of a heavy truck carries up to 5 tons of force compared with a car, which might carry 300 to 500 kilograms. And so
Right,
he
but
says,
what if that heavy truck is carrying electric vehicles?
yeah, I mean,
What
that
about
would
that?
be...
Is that
But-
more or less efficient than electric vehicles just driving around by themselves?
Yeah, surely that's better.
yeah.
Can I just say, yeah, but the electric truck is the electric truck. The truck's powered by hardcore diesel. Matt, can I get an apology, please? Because you said it was nothing to do with the weight of the vehicles, and David Seaman, ex-Arsenal goalkeeper.
I think my
C-bomb.
issue. I thought we were talking about David Seaman. It's more like you were like adamant it was electric vehicles. I don't think it's going to be specific electric vehicles. I mean, I thought it was more about shit tarmacking and.
Well,
More weight on the
there's
road.
that
Heat
as
and
well,
stuff.
Matt, there's that as well, because it turns out that another common complaint is that emergency pothole repairs don't last because they're using a cold mix asphalt, which
See?
doesn't last very long. And
I
so,
was fucking right. I'll be yours, David Seaman.
Councils trying to save money, mate. We pay our council tax, and they're
Yeah.
damaging our car. What we need is a politician to come in and say they'll sort it out, and I'll
well,
vote for it.
okay, do you want to hear what the government's got to say about this?
Please.
Which
So
one?
this
Still
is-
talking about using AI to solve it.
So this
That
is
was
this
the
is this is the Department of Transport. They said historic underinvestment has made it difficult for authorities to maintain their roads, and the average driver forks out nearly £320 to repair serious pothole damage. That's why we're backing councils in the east of England with £1.2 billion over the next 4 years to tackle potholes.
Good.
So
What about
yeah,
the rest of England?
Good. Well,
yeah,
Sean, you don't care anyway. You love this shit.
yeah.
I do think, you just drive around them and it's fine. Or better yet, what you can do.
I mean, you say that, but
Please write into the BBC website and say just drive random,
you
mate.
say that, but Mark Slack from
mate, you'll get
Shelford.
David Seaman on the phone going,
Yeah.
listen, mate, I'm going to fuck you up.
It's a new campaign, Sean and David Seaman.
Mark Slack, it cost him 700 quid, Sean. He
So Mark,
wasn't
if you're
able to
listening,
avoid them.
What you need to do is, what people don't realise is that the faster you drive over them, the wheel doesn't have time to fall into it. So if you drive fast enough, it doesn't actually do anything.
You're condoning speeding.
I'm not condoning. No, I'm not condoning speed. I'm just saying if you drive fast enough, the gravity isn't strong enough to pull the wheel into the.
What if
hole.
you're driving an electric vehicle?
That might be different.
How
That's
fast
why
do
I'm
you
a
have to go
diesel
then?
man, obviously.
The diesel man.
Yes, I'm
Anyway.
writing it down, David. Yes.
It is quite funny because I'm looking at David Seaman's
What?
Wikipedia page, and it says he played for Peterborough, Birmingham City, Queens Park Rangers, Arsenal. I forgot he went to Man City, and then it says after that he was a professor of mechanical engineering at Cambridge University. So it's quite a
There you
career
It's amazing, isn't it?
trajectory.
I'll tell you what did
Cool.
intrigue me in this write-up that James has linked us to. Apparently, apparently they use a thing called a dragon patcher to fix these. I want to know what one of those is. I want to watch a documentary about dragon patches.
Well, I mean, that's the Patreon talks over, isn't it?
That is.
So, yeah.
100%.
Certainly is. Maybe that's why the council can only do fucking a few of them, mate, because they're spending all their money on dragons.
Dragons.
Speaking
Let's
of
just
dragon,
go on, please.
So expensive.
speaking of dragon, on, can we move on?
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean-
hey, that's good. I like that.
It was all right. So
Only
the
because
next
it's moving away from a news story that exposes Sean Bell for the fraud that he is.
We've done that multiple times on this podcast already before this
Fine.
pothole story.
I exposed
Anyway,
myself.
it looks like we're getting a new game from Hazelight soon. Because
Hey.
Josef Fares has posted a picture on social media
wow,
which
that's
it was it was a photo that showed 3 people in the background wearing motion capture stuff, but then he's got his like arm covering their faces so you can't see who they are. And then there was tweets from Hazelight and him where they said, next game in the making, we're back in the kitchen cooking up something really delicious. People are speculating if this means that maybe this is going to be a 3-player game instead of 2 players.
Involving cooking.
I kind of hope not. I think because I like there being 2 players. I think it's quite good. I don't know.
Fucking hell, you always have a problem with games
really
and the amount
fussy,
of
isn't
players
he?
they are.
Yeah.
No, because look.
Why not make
It
it 4
can't
players?
be 5 players. It can't be 3 players.
4
It can't
players
be...
is a good number. 4
you.
players is for me is a good number. Yeah, come on, you were complaining about it as well with Art Raiders only being 3.
It is a bit of a pain with that.
Exactly. It's like fuck's sake, you guys. You always
I'm
Fuck-
happy with
fuck's
3
sake.
on Art Raiders, actually. Yeah, I'd rather...
Fuck's sake.
James,
No,
you did
yeah.
include an entire news story just to embarrass me this week.
which
Yeah,
you
you've gotta
didn't even
take
know
your
about because you didn't even bother checking to read the stuff that I'd posted.
That is entirely on me. The worst part is I did look at the list and went, yep, looks good.
I do that every week because I can't be... But all James wants is for someone else to blame if it goes wrong.
That's true.
That's all he posts.
Zero
it out
accountability.
Well, it's not gone wrong this time, has it? It's been spectacular.
for. So, right, is that the news? Because
is
we're
the
an hour
news.
and a half into this fucking podcast.
Jesus
and
Christ.
got
We've only got
like
like
a
3
load of games
questions,
to
so
talk
that's
about.
something.
Thank God for that. Right, we have been playing video games this week. I'm going to start with Sean Bell, who has
Hello.
been playing Mewgenics.
I've been playing
Sean Bell.
Mewgenics, which I guess is the big release this week.
Hang on.
I don't think so.
No? Okay, fine.
There's loads this week. Probably
yeah,
what I'm
but
playing.
this is Edmund McMillan's new game. He's the Super Meat Boy man. He's the
Have you
Binding
seen
of
what I've
Isaac.
chosen?
I have, and I'm genuinely excited to hear about it.
Yeah, but this thing has done massive numbers. It beat Hades to kind of
What,
roguelike
Mewgenics
Steam
has?
concurrent. Yeah,
Yeah, Mewgenics.
it's 117,000 in concurrent. So like beat Hades to concurrent record, I believe, on launch weekend or whatever. But,
How many times you can say concurrent?
another couple
Yeah. You get another few in.
Please do.
Half
Please
an hour.
do.
concurrent.
Yeah.
Concurrent.
So this is So I should say it's not just Ed McMillan's new game. Yeah. So for those who don't know, yes. So he worked on Super Meat Boy and like Binding of Isaac and The End Is Nigh and a few other things. He was obviously, if you've ever seen Indie Game the movie, he's probably the most sympathetic character out of the 3. Phil Fish has grown up a lot since. Jonathan Blow, not so much. But yeah, Ed McMillan sort of came across very well in it and he's made a lot of good games. And this is his new one, which he's been sort of developing on and off for like 16 years or something mad like that. It was kind of abandoned and then brought back, and then so obviously the version we're playing now wasn't necessarily, it hasn't looked like this, for that entire time. It's changed quite a lot. But yeah, the bulk of it is it's a turn-based strategy game where you have this little group of cats, and then and they've all got different abilities, and it's very sort of Final Fantasy Tactics, like grid-based system, and taking turns, moving the cats around, doing abilities, killing enemies, leveling up, getting new abilities, blah 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 blah. Obviously, the main sort of hook on top of that is that you are like breeding these cats, right? So they've all got different traits and abilities and stuff, and then they shag, and you see that happen on your television screen. You can turn it off, or you can make it.
You can see
less, it. You can see it. You don't see it. You don't see it, but it's enough. It's enough that I wouldn't want Isaac to see it. Put it that way.
Okay.
And and it's I am sort of torn on this because I basically for about 3 days I was absolutely hooked. I put like 8 hours into it. And then I kind of woke up one morning like, I don't think I want to play that again.
All right.
Because, like, mechanically, there's
you
a
have a
lot
dream
there
about
to
me?
enjoy. Like, there's a lot to enjoy. There's, I really like turn-based strategy stuff, and it certainly scratches that itch. And I was also a big fan of Massive Chalice, the Double Fine game, which was like a similar kind of thing where it was like a fantasy strategy game, but you were... It was like this war that was played out over generations, and you were kind of marrying off different houses to each other in the hope that basically sort of quite horrific sort of eugenics stuff, but quite a compelling gameplay mechanic, it turns out. So it reminded me a bit of that. But it's so for one thing, it's not entirely clear what your goal is, right? You've got these, there's this scientist at the start who's like, "Hey, I'm messing around with cat genetics, and you can do amazing stuff, and you should join me in doing that." And you're like, okay. And obviously, your goal is to, battle your way to the end of the game. But beyond that, it's like I don't really know why I'm doing this, to be honest. And the way, certainly, I say I'm 8 hours in. I currently don't feel like I have much choice over which cats breed with which. So I'm not engaging with that process of being like, oh shit, if this cat breeds with this cat, they've got these 2 traits, and then if the baby cat, also known as a kitten, has those traits, that'll synergize really well, and then that'll be really good in combat. I've not felt like I've had any control over that yet, and I've not been able to sort of meaningfully engage with it. Sorry, James, go on.
Do the cats have free will then, like about who they mate with?
Yes, and it's basically random. So my understanding is, so you have so between runs, because it's like a roguelike structure. So between runs, you go back to your house, and all your cats are in it. It's fucking horrible. Everything in this game is fucking horrible. We'll get onto that in a minute. It's just this horrible old rundown building, and as you progress through the game, you can unlock more rooms for this house. So if there was 2 cats you really wanted to breed, you put them in a room together, and all the cats somewhere else, right? There are reasons why in practice you can't really do that, because in order for them to have sex, the room has to be like a certain condition, so there has to be decorations in it and stuff.
Just like real life.
That
exactly.
doesn't. I don't know. That doesn't sound realistic to me at all.
Cats I make have sex don't give a shit. But you've got to decorate the rooms. That costs a lot of money to get the decorations together. If you're putting 2 cats in one room, that means you've got way too many cats in other rooms, and then that means they fight loads. So I don't know. It just all feels a bit messy. And also, your cats have these sort of inherent abilities, and then when you start a run, you have all these different collars that you can put on, which are basically your classes. So you're assigning character classes to them. So you got a fighter, tank, mage. Yes, the cats do magic, and thief, whatever, healer. And so when you start a run, you go, right, I'm gonna take these 4 cats out for a fight, and I'm looking at what inherent abilities they've got and how that might synergize with certain classes, right? Which works, but also you sort of feel like, well, it doesn't really matter all that much which cats I bring with me, because I'll just assign them a class, and then that kind of gives them class-based abilities anyway. And so there's some advantage to making sure those things synergize, but it's not the end of the world if you can't, which, I don't know, to me made it feel a bit less satisfying. If you've played any of Ed McMillan's games, you will know what to expect, sort of visually and in terms of the humor and the tone. There's no getting around it. It's fucking juvenile, right? There's poo everywhere. There's flies. There's the second area. So the first area is these sort of alleyways going through this town. Then you go into the sewers, and then when you're in the sewers, there's condoms floating around and sanitary towels and shit like that. There's big turds. Some of them are just part of the environment. Some of them are enemies. So some of them are sentient turds. Just stuff like that. It's just all over the place.
This is a tale as old as time.
It is.
I've heard this so many times before. I'm bored of it.
James, sorry.
Yet again, James.
Sean, I mean, would you have preferred this if it was dogs instead of cats?
Well, this is what's interesting, right?
Yeah, if it was Mewgenics,
I'm not a cat
he'd be all over
guy.
this, wouldn't he?
I'm not I'm not a big cat guy, but I think if I was a cat guy, I would find this really upsetting, because this game Ed McMillan, as far as I'm aware, loves cats. He owns cats, and this game feels like it hates cats.
So you reckon this is paid for by a big dog?
Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah,
That's it. You're right. You're on timeout now, Matt. I'm timing you out. 10 minutes from now.
So, for example,
I think that's okay.
So there's all these characters, right? That do one person runs the shop, one person expands your house, or they do some different stuff, and they all want your cats, right? You have to give them a certain number of cats, and there's one guy who only wants kittens. One guy, one person only wants cats that have completed a run and they're retired. One person only wants your dead cats. He'll take all your dead cats. And then there's one that will only take cats that have been injured. And when you're chatting to him, he's like, "Oh yeah, because what I do is basically things that have been hurt grow back really strong. So I take the cats and I hurt them, and then they get really. And you're just like, all right, this is, and it's like played off like it's funny, right? I'm like, okay, fucking whatever. Just hand over cats to a guy to abuse, I suppose. The thing you have to remember is though,
This is a weird fucking direction to take this stuff.
but this is
isn't
but
it?
this is his sense. This is, I mean, and I should say, this is made with Ed McMillan and this, someone else, Tyler Glale. But this is Ed McMillan's sense of humour, and he's
Right.
entirely unapologetic about that. And I do sort of admire, whenever people make stuff that is for them, and it's like if you like it or if you don't, that's kind of by the by. Like they've really committed to be like, no, I'm making this for me, and I find this stuff funny. But I really don't find it funny, and I just, the general tone of it and stuff, I was just like, man, I just do not enjoy being in this
mean, there's
world at all.
definitely going to be a theme of that when we're talking about the game that I've been playing this week. There's like games. It's funny, isn't it? When you look, I've spoken about it before. Comedy in gaming is rare. Like it's rare. It's rare that you look at a game and go, "Oh, you've got comedy right here." And if you do, you could see that it is very select. Like, I mean, jazz punk. Some people will play that and go, "I don't find what's funny here. This is nothing."
Yeah.
And then you've got South Park, which I kind of like, Stick of Truth, which I kind of do not throw in with this stuff because it's established comedy beats that they're replicating in a video game and it works. But like in terms of comedy, as I genuinely think this is shut up, everyone. But I genuinely think like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is something that established its own comedic writing and beats. I think that did something like really special in terms of comedy. But it must be so fucking hard to do in a video game. And if you're not on board with it and that's what it's going for, then the whole sort of game sort of falls apart a bit.
Do you know, I just because I've just been reading about the like the voice acting stuff as well, and how there's people involved in this, like Chris Chan, who that's a weird choice.
There's some problematic individuals who supply the voices.
Well, Chris Chan,
he's specifically chosen controversial people, hasn't he? Certain aspects.
Yeah. Oh, basically, I thought it was funny to have people with clashing ideologies doing the voices of the cats, and basically his stance is if you're upset by someone you don't like going meow in a game, then that's on you. I think there's probably nicer ways to approach that. I take it like, apparently none of these people were paid. If that's where your sort of line is.
Also, he's made it worse. He's doubled down.
Well,
he's brought controversial people and hasn't paid
them.
them.
Should have been fairly compensated for their labour. I will say, like so the meows, it is kind of funny because there's a lot, like obviously loads of the cats just meow like a cat would, right? And it's obviously it's a person doing
which is how does that work? How does that sound?
Meow. Like that.
Okay, good.
And sometimes the pitch changes and stuff. But basically, it's a lot of people just sort of accepted as like, right, I need to just make like normal cat noises. And then some people went, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm going to do my own thing. And so some of the cats, you'll like a cat.
Yeah, I know what you're about to say because I want to say it too.
And is it now my turn to be the cat?
That was George Galloway on Celebrity Big Brother, circa. God knows.
It's a classic.
It's my time to be the cat.
So sometimes like you'll get a new cat and then literally just shows up and like he's just going like just making fucking mad noises. And then one, I put it in my squad and then took it out in combat, and then it got attacked and it just went, I have been hit. Like it just went, I'm just going to talk. I'm not even going to do cat noises. Stuff like that is funny. And to be clear, I'm not above laughing at toilet humour. I had a run where I had a cat that at the end of every turn, it would fart and the 4 squares around it would receive like poison damage, right? So if he went up to an enemy and killed it, the enemy would die, but then you can attack a corpse and sometimes it drops like coins or food or whatever. So it would like kill an enemy, and then it was like, right, end turn, and then you just go, and then the fucking corpses would just explode around it. And just that caught me off guard every time. That I laughed at that. Fine, you got me, Ed. Well done. But for the most part, I find it really, difficult, just because of the tone and the sense of humor in it.
So, do you think you're not going to go back to it then?
I'm probably not going to go back to it, which is a shame because I know there's more to it, and people say like getting further into it, you get more control over like the breeding stuff, and it starts to come together. But it just feels like the road to that point feels so long at this point. Like, so as I say, there's all these people, all these characters you can give your cats to, and then they, expand your facilities or whatever, and you every single one introduces the character, and you give them one cat, and like, right, cool, I've expanded your house, or there's more stuff available in the shop, or whatever. And you're like, right, cool, right, now I want 20 cats, and you're like, I only take 4 with me on each run, and each run can be like, an hour plus. So, and you've got like fucking like 8 of these characters who all want loads of cats for different types of cats, or cats with different characteristics, and you're like, this already feels like I say, just like such a long road to upgrading this stuff and getting to the sort of the more satisfying end of the game. So, yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
think
the Steam
I'm up
page
for
says the epic scope includes a 200+ hour main campaign.
Yeah, see, that is for me. That is too many hours. So
That is a lot of hours, isn't
I
it?
should briefly talk about the music. It's wild. You do the tutorial, and so it does the the sort of, I guess what we now know as like the Balatro thing, where it's like it's a song sort of playing constantly, but it's sort of bringing in tracks in and out and sort of changing the theming of it, even though it's like the same chord progression or whatever. You do the tutorial, and it's like this, like a sort of 70s like British punk song, and then you get to the boss fight, and the lyrics come in, and it's a guy singing about cats fighting, and it's great. It's real. I was like, this fucking rules. I really like this. But then the first proper area, the alleyways, it's like a fucking like West Side Story sort of thing. And again, you get to the boss fight, and the lyrics come in, and you're like, I think I hate this. But then a day later, I'm going around the house going, he's a bad kitty, a bad kitty.
Right.
And then the sewer bit, the whole song it's literally a song about being poo. That's what that song is about. It's like Tom Green shit. It's wild.
It's being done with Conker's Bad Fur Day.
It is a bit Conker's Bad Fur
It's
Day.
funny you mention that, because the boys were singing that all weekend. I am the great mighty poo. And I'm assuming it's making some sort of resurgence, that song, at the moment, because the boys were singing it all weekend. It was, and Charlie would go, and I'm going to throw my at you, 'cause, he knows that there's a swear word in it, which scares the shit out of me. Right? Okay.
But yeah,
Cool.
but none of this is a surprise though. If you like Ed McMillan's stuff and his sense of humor, like he's like I say, he's always done this. He's completely unapologetic about it. But I think it is still not for me, sadly. But there we go. So I move on.
Have you been playing anything else?
I've been playing something else. I've been playing Titanium Court.
Oh, yes.
Right. Yeah. This is a weird one. I was back and forth on how to talk about this because it's got this weird sort of shroud of semi-secrecy around it. And so I first heard about this because I saw people on Blue Sky being like, oh, if you've seen like IGF judges talking about this one game that's going to be huge, it's Titanium Court and you should check it out. And I'm like, okay. But not really saying anything beyond that, right? And then I was like, right, I don't know how you get access to it, whatever. Now, I'm very self-conscious about what I'm about to say because I know whenever I say the name of things, you all accuse me of making them up. Okay. I'm subscribed to the Pantaloon newsletter.
Right, okay, fuck off.
Pantaloon, they're like an indie publisher, but they do like a newsletter and they just give away stuff sometimes. It's quite.
But was that a happy accident? You were like, I'll sign up to the Pantaloon.
Oh yeah, I just thought it was
newsletter.
about pants.
Oh, it's about games. Is it? Oh, no,
about
that's what I wanted all
games,
along.
I guess if you're into that sort of thing. Anyway, yeah, Pantaloon, they're cool people. Anyway, they emailed. They're like, we've got Titanium Court demo codes. Do you want one? I was like, yes, please. It's a tough one to talk about because once you're actually into the flow of it, you're like, oh, okay, this is a mix of like established genres, but it's a very interesting mix of them, and I get it. But the way it sort of leads into it is really interesting, and sort of the confusion and the not really knowing what's going on is kind of the point. So I'm sort of torn as to whether or not I really explain what it's about. Do you know what I mean? I think I'll probably.
I think you can do a bit.
I think because ultimately, I think by the time people can get their hands on this, it's going to be known what this is about and why it's interesting. I won't spoil
Okay.
any of like the initial stuff about how.
But you
how it
have
sort of
been warned.
You have been
listeners.
warned. If you really don't want to know anything about this, then skip forward 5 minutes, I guess. Basically, it's like it's a match 3 puzzle game, but then also like a sort of an idle strategy game in that you got a field, like a grid, I think it's like a 10 by 10 grid. You've got your castle in the middle, and then there's trees, rivers, enemy castles, mountains, fields, stuff like that. So you have a certain amount of moves to basically to do the match 3 thing. So obviously, one thing that's really useful is to match 3 of the enemy castles, and then they fucking vanish, and then that's great news because then that means you don't have to deal with them. But then also you gather resources from, so you get 3 fields, you get some food, 3 forests, you get some wood, etc. And you then spend those resources on generating units, which then come into play in the sort of idle strategy bit. So you might, right, well, I want like 3 farmers or a couple of soldiers to defend my place, and then I want some other soldiers that are going to go out and attack the other castles and hopefully fend off any invaders, etc., etc. On top of that, there'll be like special tiles. So you might clear a bunch of tiles, and then some more will drop in, and one of them will have a shop on it or a treasure chest, and then you've got to keep that in play until you've used all of your moves, and then you can access the shop, open the treasure chest, whatever. It's really fucking interesting, and really, really enjoyable. And on top of all this, there is like a narrative, like a big narrative component to it. So sort of between days or between runs, you're going around the court and you're talking to people and learning things, and it's just and again, I think like coming off the back of Mewgenics, where I was like, this is mechanically good, but it's so unpleasant to me. This was like, oh, this is mechanically good, and I find it really funny and interesting, and it just felt very refreshing after playing a lot of Mewgenics. The demo isn't publicly available yet. I think you can still sign up for Pantaloon.io. And
Yeah, I signed up today and didn't get anything. But they were saying on Reddit, oh yeah, well, when you sign up, you get sent a key. I've not been sent a key, but
yes,
I've signed up at least.
If you can source a demo key, I would really recommend it. It's only on Steam, as far as I'm aware, but it works fine with a controller. I would hope at some point console versions would be in the works. Sorry, Phil Wall in the chat's mentioned the graphics need a mention. Yeah, it's sort of really interesting, sort of old PC, sort of very weird, like low palette stuff, but does a surprising amount with it. It's very cool. Yeah, I had a wonderful time with it. I'm really excited about playing the full thing, whenever that is.
I was going to say, there is no confirmed release date, right?
No, I don't think so. The progress in the demo carries over to the full game, which is always a bonus.
Okay, that's good, yeah.
Yeah, very interesting. Have a look.
Does look interesting. Right, do you want? What was it called again?
Titanium Court.
Titanium Court.
Titanium Court. Yeah, we're English, Dave. Titanium.
No, I thought it is titanium, isn't it?
Does it matter? I don't know.
I thought it was titanium.
Well, you used to really.
I suppose it's derived from Titan, isn't it? So yeah, I guess so.
I just thought
Great gods versus the Titans.
I'll jump in now. I have been playing a new release, High on Life 2, which is the follow-up to the 2023 game High on Life, which is a strange one, wasn't it? The first one, I played a big chunk of it. I enjoyed it for what it was. I am I'll get to the comedy behind it. I was hoping for a little bit more when it comes to gameplay. And in fact, actually, the combat is what really sort of put me. Although saying that, I have played games with bad combat that I've sort of pushed through, but I think maybe the humor
Like
got a
Kingdom Come
little
Deliverance
bit.
too.
Yeah, exactly, and maybe the humor got a little bit too repetitive for me in that game, and I think there will be a lot of people that look at High on Life 2 and roll their eyes and go, it's the Rick and Morty game, isn't it? It's the game with that Ricky Morty humor that I don't like. Of course, there are a lot of people that do love Rick and Morty, but there was also the stuff with Justin Roiland.
Yeah.
Is that his name? He was,
Yeah, it was.
creator of Rick and Morty. Obviously, a lot of people cut ties with him, including this studio that made this game. Back in 2023, when there was accusations of domestic abuse against him and stuff. So, like, I get it where people look at that game and think, yeah. I think it's kind of unfair to put that on High on Life 2, mainly because, I mean, yeah, he's not working at the company anymore. And also, fuck me, I mean, I'm 2 hours in and the writing is so different.
Really?
You know, yeah, like the big complaint with the Rick and Morty stuff is that it's all that same voice, right? That,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
you got to go down here and you got to, no, where you going? I don't really know what I'm doing now, but if you go down here, and it's like, I get that sort of, some people find that irritating. I didn't at the start of High on Life 2. I found it quite fun and I enjoyed it, but then as the game wore on, it was a little bit repetitive. That seems to have fully like gone now, and this is more of a okay. It's a different, like a more mainstream is probably not the right word of saying it, but a more leveled sense of writing when it comes to the comedy on this. And so far, it's made me laugh a fair few times. I think they say a bit during it where they were going, hey, of course, this is our second adventure, right? And God, have you noticed how much better the graphics is? Everything just looks brilliant now, doesn't it? And I'm like, actually, it probably looks about the same, maybe a little bit worse than that game. No, probably a touch better. But so far, I feel about High on Life 2 the same way I feel about High on Life 1, in that I respect that it is doing something different with a first-person single-player game. Like I think you know, there are so many first-person shooters that look and feel the same, whereas this looks and feels completely different. I think that's really important that we get games like this. I wish the combat was better. And in fact, actually today I went into the accessibility settings and just turned the auto aim up. You know, they've got like loads of different auto aim settings on that thing. And when you turn it into, like, there's part of me that thinks, no one's going to play High on Life 2 for the combat and for the, like, they want explosions, they want, you know, unique feeling guns. Like, I get that, but they don't want a challenge in these big, you know, sort of areas full of enemies like you would say with Doom. So why not make it feel like Call of Duty, where you are pressing aim down the sights and it's locking onto an enemy and you're making that stuff sort of not an idea of, oh, how precise and accurate are you going to be with your shooting? You're just making it fun, right? And if you turn the assists up on this, you can make it feel like that. So that's been a big improvement. But overall, it's got some really fucking neat ideas in it, and I'm going to talk about the opening bits of the game. So if you are going to play it, then please fast forward. But it follows on from High on Life 1. You're this character that takes on this whole this whole gang, and you defeat it. And in this one, you're famous for you're this bounty hunter that's taken on this whole gang, and you're flicking between there's like a cutscene where you're fighting this massive, great big monster that's attacking a city, but you can't actually get to it because loads of people are coming over to ask for your autograph and stuff. The character select screen, like, you know, the sort of screen where you create your character, that is someone coming up to you and going, can you draw your face, because I don't know what your face is like under that helmet, and they're holding up, and you have to select the crayons and literally draw it onto this poster. And then when you're later on, you've found to have broken a law and you see wanted posters with your sketch as the wanted post on it. That stuff, love all that. Early on, I landed on a planet that is having an all-out war over parking spaces, and your team are trying to park up, and you're constantly finding parking spaces in this thing, and everyone's fucking fighting over them. And the moment your sort of ship goes to land, someone comes in and nicks it and stuff. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, you know, it's all that stuff. I would say if you didn't like the High on Life one, because it was so aligned with Rick and Morty, then I would definitely give this a try, because I think it's a first-person shooter that's trying new things, and I think that's important. But I would say don't go into it expecting one of the best shooters of all time, because it's certainly not that.
No. Have you got to skateboard yet? I heard the skateboard bit is like
Skateboard's
changes
right
it.
at the start is
Okay,
fucking
cool.
brilliant.
Yeah.
I was playing it today, and I was thinking, holy shit, they found a first-person traversal mechanic that really exposes how bad it was in Metroid. Do you know what I mean? Like, basically, what it is that you get a skateboard right at the start of the game. You're instead of running, you press the run button, you click the stick in, and you're on a skateboard, and you are zooming around the levels. You could grind on stuff, you can boost it and all that sort of stuff, and it feels really solid and actually a nice way to move about these huge environments. So like I think that was a fucking brilliant addition. And also there was a really cool moment where I met what was it, Finchy from The Office, who's a voice actor in this game, and he's another bounty hunter. Spoiler again coming up. He's another bounty hunter that you end up fighting, and when you kill him, you surgically remove his head and insert him into a gun, and he becomes one of the guns you run around with. Who's talking
Seriously,
Oh, good.
with like the
Yeah.
voice as well, like
Mate,
of
it's
the,
honestly it's so funny, because when you like a lot of what this game did in the last game as well that I really respected, the amount of dialogue in it is insane. You know, cutscenes change in terms of dialogue depending on what gun you're holding. You could do the same cutscene with a different gun in your hand, and it'll have, you know, different dialogue in it. With this is, you know, the other thing it does is that you can sit and listen to people talk for ages. You could just stop. Like in the first game, you could just stop, stand in front of someone and hear them rabbit on for ages, and there'll be some cool stuff that comes out of that. Like, for example, there's a character in your home on this one where there's a TV, and you could be talking to characters, but the moment you stand in front of the TV, it gets angry that you're he's trying to watch the TV and all that sort of stuff, right? But when you do the Finchy bit and you kill him, he goes, right, here's what you need to do. Get your knife out. I need you to cut along here. And I was just like, right, just do it. And they go, oh, you're just doing it, are you? You just do it. You're not listening to the instruction. You don't want me to tell you how. Oh, you're doing it all right. No, you've done it perfectly. No, that's absolutely fine. Well done. And then there's like 3 different beats to that. And if I just skip them all, and by the end of them, like, you're carrying around the gun, and the gun's going to, I cannot believe you got that right. I mean, the chances of you getting that wrong is like, and I just thought, do you know what? That's fucking funny. It's just funny. So yeah, honestly, I will say this: if the one thing that put you off the first game is the Rick and Morty stuff that they were clearly going for, I feel this is significantly not that. You know, I haven't heard that voice bumbling over a line while playing this, so I'm keen to play more of it. Like, I've enjoyed what I've played so far. I think it's got some problems, but certainly going to play a few more hours of it and see if it sticks. Yeah, it was also come out with a lot of hardly any fanfare, right? I only knew about it because I saw stuff on TikTok. So I
didn't. I saw a review like saying, "Oh, this is much better than the first one." They really enjoyed it, but in others since less so. But yeah, not hardly anything really.
Yeah, it's been getting like
On it,
6 and 7s, nothing major. But I'm interested to see if it improves. Yeah, because I ran out of steam with the first one, so maybe that will happen with this one. Let's go to James Farley. You've been playing half of what Sony announced in the week, right?
Yeah, so I've been playing God of War: Sons of Sparta because someone was kind enough to give me a code to be able to play it, and I mean it's a 2D Metroidvania like style adventure game basically with the usual sort of map exploration and like tech tree upgrades and all that kind of stuff, and it looks. You see, they build it as being like a retro style game, and it is because it looks like a Mega Drive game. But I saw somebody on the ROM forum like saying it looks like an Amiga game, and I think that's closer actually. It does look like an Amiga game, like it really does.
It's the colours, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very brown. Like especially like the first. The first I've played for about 3 hours, and as I understand it, it's about 12 hours long. I think like to get through, and so I've played about 3. And the majority of that has been very brown, like for for most of the time. And the biggest problem, you see, the thing is, I'll level you straight up here. I'm not particularly enjoying this game very much. I don't think it's very good. And
right.
and the reason I don't think it's very good is because the combat isn't very satisfying at all. Like the spear, like because you're basically Kratos, like a young Kratos, and like with like a spear. And when you're like attacking enemies, you don't. It doesn't feel like you're really sort of like digging into like the stuff that you're going for. And the thing that has disappointed me about this is that. So the God of War series has always had, it's always been pretty violent. There's always been like it's been pretty visual, pretty graphic, and since we've had like, like recently we had like Shinobi and like there's been like other like 2D like games like this that have really nailed that, like in terms of like over the top violence and everything. This doesn't feel like that at all. Like it feels quite like sanitized. Like so far. Like 3 hours in, it feels like that. Like you have the option sometimes to finish somebody or whatever, and like you do it, and it's like barely anything seems to happen. It's like just like okay, stabbed him a couple of times, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, the God of War most recent couple of games have been so good at making you feel the heft of weapons and the feeling meaty and
and that doesn't seem to be here with this, and which is weird because the DualSense the use of the DualSense in this, it goes wild, like constantly, like just jumping.
What do you mean?
No, like just jumping. Just when you just jump, like your character, it's like vibrating, like and it's but
Doesn't feel like there's a little Kratos in your pad.
nah. It's but it's really strange because but when you hit something, you sort of don't feel anything like from it, and which just feels strange for like a character like Kratos. Like you're thinking this should be where it excels, with that. And like the enemies that you're fighting, they're not that intelligent, and like the boss encounters, I haven't found to be particularly thrilling. But also the story is delivered in a really, I feel like quite a stilted way. And there's like continuous, like you're just walking along, to get to the next area, and like there's like a stop and a pause, and then there's a conversation, and the conversation, it's all like voice acted, and I don't think the voice acting is that great. It certainly doesn't feel like sort of like top tier, sort of stuff from the 3D games, and it's just delivered in this sort of like not very enthusiastic way, which sort of has toned the interest down for me. But I mean, maybe it's going to get better as I get a bit further in. But so far, like the exploration, I'm not really particularly enjoying that very much. The puzzles are incredibly simple and sort of and very simplistic. And I mean, my biggest annoyance with it, and this is a minor thing for most people, but it's something which does irritate me with 2D Metroid style games, is that you have to use the stick to play this. You can't use the D-pad, and
that's naughty.
And
what is that about?
And it's like the reason is because you use the D-pad to like to select like special abilities and stuff. But why can't we just choose to switch them if we want to? Because it's like I really prefer using a D-pad for this kind of game, and it feels weird playing it with a stick, and it doesn't give you any kind of advantage over.
Don't forget us oldens. Yeah, Sony. Yeah. Don't forget us old boys. We're still about. And we like our D-pads, all right.
But no, it's a strange game because they're trying to do this as like a kind of like a prequel, like as for Oh, stop doing that face, please, David. I can't.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's supposed to be doing like a prequel of like Kratos as a like as a young boy, basically, with his But I don't see the point. It's just not very engaging. Like so far.
The guy you're with, he was also in an earlier God of War game, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's Deimos. Yeah,
his brother, right?
Yeah, because I've not played the original trilogy, which is why I'm looking forward to the the remake, remaster or whatever it's going to be of this. But I don't feel from playing this that I really care that much about any of these characters, which is what's strange because that's what particularly the most recent two games have done really effectively and really well. Like it's they had really good dialogue, really sort of interesting like asides and everything, and I'm just not getting that from this like at all so far. And it's very, very brown, and it looks like an Amiga game. Which is a thing. But I don't know. Maybe I just need to play some more. It's just that I'm kind of forcing myself to play it at the moment.
You don't believe that.
No,
Maybe I should. Maybe I need to play some more.
I mean,
that's
I'm
the
gonna.
I was
caveat.
going to say,
Yeah,
Will
you are
finish
going to
it.
finish
You know,
it.
I'm gonna play more anyway. Because, but I do
100%,
feel like
yeah.
I'm kind of forcing myself to play it, and which is not great, I guess. But yeah, and then the other thing I played is Darwin's Paradox, which was the other demo that we saw that we talked about in the during the news. And I mean, I like the look of this from the state of play, and I know that it had been shown previously as well, but people seem to have forgotten that it existed. And I downloaded the demo where you play. I mean, you're playing as an octopus in this sort of Metal Gear Solid style inspired like environment, complete with like hiding in boxes, and he's like wearing a bandana and all that kind of stuff. And like if you get caught, it does the whole like like caught noise, from like Metal Gear
Yeah.
Solid and stuff. And I mean, the game's played on like a 2D plane, with like within this sort of like 3D environment, and which is a bit like sort of Little Nightmares or Limbo. I love these kind of games, but I was also quite disappointed with this, to be honest, as well, which is a bit of a shame.
Cheer up, James. Come on.
No, it's because it looks lovely, like it really does, but the gameplay, it was like extremely simplistic, and like the environmental puzzles were not difficult at all. And I mean, it's a demo, so that's probably part of it. And the early sneaking stuff I found really irritating as well, because there's this part where you're going across this sort of like tarmac, and there's all these guards patrolling around and everything, and it's very dark, it's raining, and like I kept on like walking into like a can or something, which then made a noise, and then they're all on you and they just stamp on your character until he dies, which is kind of horrible. But it's like I couldn't see these cans, I couldn't see where they were from. Where how I hit them, I don't know, and it was just a bit irritating. I mean, maybe the environmental puzzles will get better in the full game, but yeah, I was not that impressed actually. It was less interesting than I thought it was going to be, which is a shame. But
Poor Darwin.
yeah, but we'll see. I may be wrong.
Yeah. I love the caveat. Always a caveat.
Because there is a caveat, because I don't want to make a judgment based on a demo. It may be that the full
but
game
you're
will be a
also
lot
worried
better.
about getting shit.
But the
That-
demo
that's-
is supposed to be representative of the game, right? Ultimately, so
Yeah, I may be wrong.
It left you with an impression, just a negative one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, right. Matt Murray, the stage is yours. What have you been playing this week, my friend?
This is the big game of the week, undoubtedly. I've been playing Pure Pool Pro. It's a pool game.
Triple P.
The old Triple P, yeah. I used to fucking love snooker and pool games. Virtual pool, well, most of the virtual pools, heavily addicted to when I was younger. When people were at school and college, probably talking to girls and doing cool things. I was at home listening to Lene Marlin. Probably kickstarted my
That's
whole
good to me,
love for female singer-songwriters, eating rich tea biscuits, listening to Linkin Park as well, playing virtual pool. That's what I did with a lot of my time growing up. And even like Jimmy White's Whirlwind Snooker on the Mega Drive, I think I played that. I like that. Anyway, it's a pool game. The big thing I heard about this originally was that this is an 8K game on PS5 Pro. Now I haven't got PS5 Pro. But that's the thing that I think I watched a video on like
You don't need
Digital
to lie
Foundry
about it
saying,
anymore, James. Matt, you don't need to lie about it anymore. It's
well, I don't
fine.
have an 8K display to see it, which is a shame. but yeah, like I saw a Digital Foundry video. At first I thought it was a joke, but no, it generally does output at 8K. Which I mean, it looks great anyway. Like so. Anyway, let's get back to the basics. Overall, right, since playing this on Thursday, Friday, I put like 12 hours into it.
Oh wow!
Because I really fucking love playing snooker and pool. However, I've got loads of issues with this, but I think almost all the issues can be fixed in like future patches. Like the basic pool playing is fun. It looks great. Like the balls and all the ray trace shiny balls look lovely. But there are so many things that kind of do my head. I'm kind of like bashing my head against the wall. But the basics are you can play 8 ball or 9 ball pool. They said snooker's coming as DLC, which I'm really excited for. I don't know about British pool, but and them too. And it's got like online modes. You can play versus, you can play local co-op, local kind of against each other. There's like a daily challenge where you can play as many times as you want, but you basically have like hit as many balls into pockets, and then there's a high score and there's leaderboards and stuff. And there's loads of other kind of smaller modes where one of them you have like a set amount of time to hit as many balls as possible. There's a Royal Rumble mode where more balls enter the table and you get points for
Royal Rumble mode.
Yeah. But basically, you have to clear the table as fast as possible, but more balls enter the table. And it's all leaderboard.
I was hoping like you could see a little
based.
ball roll down like an alleyway thing with a music kicking off, everyone going mental.
That would be sick. Unfortunately, that's not the case with this. There's like ones where you have like we pot all like 5 or 6 balls without missing, and there's loads of them. But there's also like a career mode which I've been playing. Where it's almost like a series of mini games, really. So you'll play like a frame or 2 or 3 against different people, and it might be you've got to win this without losing a frame, or you've got to do this by hitting like consecutive corner pockets. So they're kind of almost like mini games than full games of pool. I mean, they are full games of pool, but it feels like the focus is really about completing the objectives within each of the matches and actually playing pool itself. But just before I get into the negatives, yeah, I'm enjoying this. I'll keep playing it, but I'm waiting for patches because I
can't wait to hear.
it.
Can I just say, I cannot wait to hear your complaints with this game.
Okay, well, I mean, there's loads of the basics are when you are playing the computer control the CPU, all the artwork is clearly AI generated. There's like pictures of like of your opponent. It has to be AI generated. It looks terrible, frankly. Also, and the setting can change, but it does this cool slow-mo thing when you pot the final ball, like the black or whatever the ball is, the final one on the table. But what happens is that when you do the final shot, there's no peril because you know that slow-mo and it starts at a certain angle. When that happens, okay, you know you potted the ball. There's no like, will I miss? Will it bounce off? Will it go off? So I'll turn it off in the end because it's kind of ruining any kind of any sense of tension and peril at all. There's no overhead camera. Now, I cannot believe, like, this wasn't in. There are so many customization options, and there's a massive library of music, and you can turn off certain genres of music if you want. You can increase the amount of other genres. So they're really focused on certain bits, but then haven't got an overhead camera, which makes some shots really difficult. Like you have guides in like some of the earlier amateur tournaments where you can obviously see where the ball is going to go, based on spin, etc. But because there's no overhead camera, like sometimes other balls are where like the guides are, so you can't even really see what's going to happen. There is an option to hold down square and you like can walk around the table or look around the table basically. Like you kind of.
Not a spaceship has just put in the chat. Not seen Matt this passionate about a game.
I can't tell you how much I've loved virtual pool over the years. It's been a real thing. There's no overhead camera, which is criminal. Frankly, these developers need to go to prison for this. Like, you cannot release a pool game in 2026 without an overhead camera. It's madness, frankly. Oh god, yeah. So this is so finicky, but it's specific to me because you don't get to see where the white ball's gone after you make the final shot, right? So one of the other perils of playing pool snooker is you might take a final shot. Oh, that white ball might be going in towards a pocket. No, the camera is like locked on to like the pocket you've like hit the balls in. So the white ball's off. It's off camera. I want to see like, oh shit, it's bouncing around. You don't see that. All these things, I assume, will be fixed. There's been a developer post on Steam saying they're doing certain camera things, because another camera issue is that basically the camera is so fucking close to the balls. It's quite, you basically have to spin around the table just to kind of see what else is happening. And so you start each go by just spinning around, seeing where the other balls are, because you're really, really, really close. And the thing that annoyed me the most when I played it a bit this evening is that I was having a lovely old time doing the challenges. In each like the games, there's like 3 stars, depending on whatever challenge you've got, maybe you've got to do it at a certain time, maybe you've got to, hit certain number of pockets. Anyway, there's a 3 stars kind of system, a bit like Angry Birds, I guess. And I was having a lovely old time, and I got to, I think I'm in the 4th tournament, and there's like, there's like 3 difficulties. Each difficulty has like 6 tournaments or invitationals. There's like, 6 branded tournaments you're in, basically. And I was suddenly playing a computer controlled character who was not missing anything. Not just not missing anything, they were smacking it so hard and yet still going in. I was like, what? And it doesn't matter. I was doing some incredible snookers. Doesn't matter. Like you'll see the computer CPU start their go, and they'll just be they'll move the camera towards a random cushion, put a random English spin on it, and it will just hit the ball that's 50,000 yards away the other end of the table, hidden behind 20 balls. It doesn't matter. I was like, you've got to tone. I think it might be one person, was one CPU player you're playing, but it's so annoying. I did 2 incredible snookers in a row. I was like, it's almost like, what's the point? And yes, they got out of them because they did some crazy spin. And they're smashing it so hard. But with the camera thing I mentioned earlier about like you don't see the ball, that they're hitting it so hard that you don't actually get to see the computer CPU ball hit the pocket because they've hit it. It's already off camera, and the camera's like too slow to keep up with it. And suddenly I think, well, I assume it's gone in. It's really frustrating.
It sounds bad, I'll be honest.
But the basics are there. All these things can be fixed and patched, and they've already mentioned that they've got like patches going out next week or 19th of Feb, and then sometime in March. I'm sure they're going to. I mean, the AI artwork, they're obviously going to keep that in. Yes, I think a lot of things are annoying. Lack of overhead camera too close, CPU being crazy. They are smashing it so hard it's annoying. Like sometimes if you like play pool with a mate and maybe you've had a couple of drinks or not, or you play someone who doesn't really play pool, and like what they do is
a couple of drinks or not bit come from.
Well, because someone's people like play pool and all they think is it's about hitting as hard as possible. It's not, and like, that's what CPU is doing. And not just that, they're hitting it so hard, it's like hitting the cushion, going up in the air, still going in a pocket, still going in a fucking pocket. It's like this is
trick shots.
Yeah, it's horrendous. Yeah. Anyway, even with all that, when I was playing this on Friday or Saturday, I was like, okay, I've been waiting for a game this year that kind of I feel deep things for, and it turns out I just need a pool game. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for snooker. Interested to see what else like. Also, this game in the loading script. So what's that?
I just love it. I genuinely love it, Matt. I genuinely love how into you are.
In the loading screens, you see these like gorgeous renders of these like environments. Like it might be like looks like a like a snooker tournament. Like it could be like the Crucible of Sheffield. It could be like a massive kind of log cabin. You don't see it. You barely see that in game because the camera's so fucking close. You just see like the table and 2 balls. It's like you've generated these gorgeous environments and we're not even really seeing them. I was thinking earlier, it'd be good to do, when I get decent and turn off all the guides and stuff. Because I'm still in like the amateur tournaments. It'd be good to do a stream where I'll do like, a best of 35 frame snooker match on stream, playing some of the pros online. It'd be fucking brilliant.
I'd fucking watch it.
It'd be so good. This isn't quite a virtual pool for me.
Could you do it in 8K, Matt? Is that
I need to get a new display and PS5 Pro, but it's empty. I mean, there are loads of options. Yeah, like, again, online, there's versus, there's daily things, there's all that, and the basics are there, and it looks nice. It's just that there's a lot of these other kind of things which are weird. Also, the first is like, hang on, how can you pause the game? Like, there's no pause menu. When you press menu, it goes back into like kind of the main UI, and then you can kind of like just click on a game to start a game, but there's no restart, there's no pause. Anyway, I'm probably getting into the weeds now. Game of the year. Expect to see us on my list at the end of the year if they fix all these issues.
That was Pure Pool Pro. I'm sure we'll be getting updates about that throughout the year, and I will always welcome them. Should we get to? Yeah,
If anyone
what
wants to
we've been
play
playing
me,
this week.
if any of you lot want to join me for a lovely game of pure pool pro, I'm up for
I
it.
think I need to get the practice in first. I cannot let you beat me at that. Will not be able to handle it.
I'll be in real life. It's fine.
All right, where's that come from?
Fighting talk, mate.
It wasn't at all. And we know you don't like fighting. You're scared you kill a man.
Might kill him.
Sounds like business speak to me.
All right, let's get to questions from.
Do we do I wasn't sure if we were going to do them. It's quite late.
Let's do a few. I mean,
We've only got a few,
2.25 hours. Yeah.
If you want to send us a question, which we definitely won't cruelly disregard if things go on too long, go to ttgs.co. Frank says, do you have any superstitions or traditions that you keep to?
Is anyone superstitious here? I don't think.
No, I mean, I googled this before. I was like, what's the difference? But traditions, we've all got traditions. We'll do, families and friends and stuff. But like superstitions, a whole knock on wood and walk under ladders. I don't really give a shit about that stuff, really.
No.
I obviously don't want to smash a mirror because that would be annoying to clear up.
That would
but
just be
is
that's
weird,
its own problem, isn't
for-
it?
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that
Don't
is a
think about
different
that stuff,
problem.
really.
I've started wearing a certain pair of pants because every time I seem to wear them, Mill will win. But I've got no.
Well,
I
yeah.
know it's stupid, but at this point, I'm like, but I want to go up.
Well, I mean, when Palace played in the FA Cup final, for the semi-final, I drank this Estrella, which is like Barcelona.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
so it's like
yeah.
red and blue Estrella cans, and I generally went round. I was with Elodie at weekend. I was like, "Oh, let's just go around town." I went to so many different supermarkets. I was like, "Oh, this one might have it." We're driving home like it's Sainsbury's there. I didn't get any in the end, but it didn't matter because we won. But yeah, I was like, "Well, I had Estrella last time in a special Barcelona can with red and blue. I should probably do it again if we're going to win." Yeah, so
Matt,
maybe little bits.
Are you still drinking that now? Have you still been having that?
No.
Okay.
No. I
Maybe
couldn't
maybe
find
that
it anymore.
explains it.
Yeah, I should have kept drinking it. Otherwise, wouldn't have imploded.
I
I
do.
used to. Oh, go on, Dave.
I'm sorry, God, Sean. No.
I was gonna say, I mean, this is not really the same thing, but I used to be weird about if I was using something with a volume control that had like a numerical value.
Oh yeah, even number
numbers.
Even number or a 5
or 10 or
0.
5.
Oh,
Yeah,
five or a
yeah.
zero.
And then one day I was
Yeah,
just like, this
I
is
do.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Stop it.
That's really common though.
I've
It
never
is, yeah.
cared about that. Yeah, I've sort of understood it, but I've never really cared about it. I just, it sounds right. That's where my brain's at.
I'd have a period of like forcing myself to live with the discomfort of it being on 37 or whatever.
Or 99.
And then, yeah. And then
But it
after-
is
yeah.
too loud, Sean. No, look, I'm not on 100 or 50.
It turns out after about a day, you're just like, yeah, it's fine. It's absolute nonsense.
There are bigger fish to fry out there.
Yep.
I do have one for this, I think. Have you ever seen me drinking Guinness, Matt?
I mean, probably, but nothing I can recall. Oh, definitely. I mean, we
I
definitely.
always leave
Go
a
on.
bit at the end. I know usually people ask me about that.
Do you?
And yeah, there is a story here.
It's like the opposite of
So-
splitting the G.
yeah. No, it's just a little sliver at the end I leave. And it was because I worked in a pub when I was like 17. I worked there for like 2 years. The Butter Churn in Sutton, if you want
It's
to
been
look
shut down
that
now.
up. Well, it was a shame because they did name part of the bar after me because they had this whole big refit.
Cum's bar?
No, that's most bars in Sutton. No, they called it Elmo's Bar. Was the bit around the sports area because I was like the longest running member of staff when they did the refit, right? But I went in there this year for the first time since I worked there, like when I was, I left when I was 19, and they'd taken that down, so that pissed me off a little bit. But I used to work there, and there was this guy called Paul who used to drive a motorcycle, and once a week, I think it was on a Friday, he used to come into
Drive
the
a
bar,
motorcycle.
ride a motorcycle, whatever. I'm not a motorcycle guy. I
It
don't
could
know
have
the
been ride a
terminology.
motorbike. It could have been ride a
lingo.
motorbike, but it was drive a motorcycle.
Oh, motorcycle, yeah. Is
I
that?
guess, yeah,
I don't
probably.
even know
I don't
what you
know.
call them. But he rode a motorbike, and then he used to come in, put his helmet on the. No, shut up, Matt, because you're going to
didn't
regret
do
making. on the bar, and he used to order a pint of Guinness, right? And he'd have one
Dirty.
Guinness on his own, and then he'd go home, right? Like that was it. And he always left a little sliver at the bottom. And I thought, oh, it's probably he was Irish, and I thought he's going to go, no, that's how we actually drink it because of all the I don't know nutrients, or you know what I mean? Like when you hear someone say something like that, and he said no, it's because he used to have a mate when he was growing up, a bloke called Tom, and he passed away, so he used to leave a little bit of his Guinness for him.
I thought it was going to be something
at
about
the end of his
someone
pint,
passing away.
And then, well, you can see where it's going. Paul stopped coming into the pub, and then I found out it died while I was working there. So I always leave a bit for Paul at the end of my pint whenever I have a Guinness. Don't drink Guinness that much, but it is something
nice.
that was weirdly stuck with me, and I will always leave just a little sliver of Guinness for Paul. I mean, look, I don't want to. He was drinking and jumping on a motorbike and going home, but
he's having
but
fun.
it would.
That is legal.
Deserved it. Yeah, that's what
It did cross my mind, like that was probably not the best thing to do. But no, I obviously it's just one of those stories that sort of stuck with me. So I always leave a little bit of. All right, there's people in the chat. Oh yeah, great. You're leaving a bit of backwash for Paul. Look, listen.
Yeah, at least get him a full one.
It's the only sentimental thing I think I do in my life. So don't ever go at me for it, all comedies.
I've just remembered a weird one that I do.
Go on.
It doesn't have a nice story to it. It was literally just a mate told me that his granddad used to do it, and I thought that's funny.
Oh, I don't know where this is
Start
going.
doing it.
I'm
So
scared to know where this is
basically,
going.
when you're making toast and you're buttering it, and you got a bit of butter left on the knife, rather than simply wiping the knife off on the bread, you insert it into the bread and then wipe it clean like it's a cloth.
I hate that.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
I fucking hate
It's
that.
great because it's not any more practical than just wiping it on the bread.
Yeah,
So now you got crummy butter.
There is no point. It amuses me.
Joe always takes the piss out of me because I'm really meticulous with my toast making. She'll send me a photo of the chopping board with the knives positioned perfectly after I'd made my Marmite on toast in the morning.
Love it.
So the idea of ruining the toast by sticking a knife through it is fucking bugging me
it's the
out.
butter, right? It's the butter. That's what you're saying, right? You're saying he sticks the knife in the butter to clean the knife. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, wipes the knife off. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
you're saying
that's what
put
you're
it
saying.
through the bread, aren't you?
That's what I thought you said.
No. He's saying to clean, rather than scrape off the side, you put the knife into the butter.
Oh no!
and then-
Put the knife into the bread. Yeah.
Oh,
you
okay.
got it
I'm thinking
wrong
of something
that
else. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Because I've heard of that one. Hang on, so sorry. What's your one then? You put it into the bread. That's insane.
Yeah.
Actually,
No,
I thought it was bad enough for the butter one, but that is.
It's completely impractical, and it just makes me laugh every time.
But it
Not
has to be a
laugh,
pretty
like that.
thick piece of bread as well to do that with.
Yeah, that's surely for 4 loaves
Couldn't be-
only.
Couldn't be like a thin slice. Yeah.
No, who has thin slicing fucking toast? You got to go for the big Warburtons,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah,
The
yeah.
ones where it's like it's like a fucking
Toasty
doorstop.
stuff. Yeah.
Love it. Fucking
Yeah,
hell,
no,
we said a couple of quick ones.
And that's our thoughts on superstitions.
Face Hugger says, I know this is a bit of a tech nerd query, but you guys seem to be Portal fans, and I've just bought one. The problem I have with it is that the image on screen is quite dim and blurry. I've got the brightness set to max. It's wired directly from the PlayStation to the router with a 300 megabits download speed. Do I need to get a gaming router or something? I'm just using a bog standard Virgin Media Hub with Wi-Fi 6. On the plus side, there doesn't seem to be any lag, but Red Dead Redemption 2 looks like treacle unless I'm not moving. Thinking of returning it unless there's some obvious fix.
I mean, this sounds
Yeah.
like there's something wrong with it.
Dim and
'cause-
blurry.
well,
doesn't
no,
sound
not
like
necessarily with the machine, but there is something wrong here because that is not my experience with
No.
that console at all. It feels like we need to get Stephen Murdoch on the show,
Yeah.
James, because he'd be
That
able
would be
to
good.
answer these questions.
It would be very helpful. Yeah.
I'd love to have Stephen Murdoch as our sort of games master that we
Yeah.
could just throw to at times like this. No, it definitely sounds like there's something wrong. I don't know if it's. Have you checked your cookies?
It's probably
Um,
the cookies. Yeah.
it's definitely gooky.
It might
There's
be the
always
router. ISP routers are routinely shite. And
Shit, they are
you'd
shit.
be
Yeah, I haven't
surprised
used
how
them for a
little
while.
you can spend to get a better one.
Yes.
Do you still use the Huawei one, Dave? That we
No, we've
used
got
to-
the because we went to Community Fibre when we moved to
Oh,
this
yeah,
place,
yeah,
and they set up their Nest system, the
Mm.
ones that look like the little white Xbox
got-
Series X's.
Oh yeah,
You've
yeah,
got
They're
the same
really
one I've got.
fucking
They're,
good.
Yeah, because they're
Linksys
they're
ones,
Linksys
yeah.
ones. Yeah, because that's what
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
got.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had them
Linksys
at the
ones,
house.
yeah,
Really good.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
Feature.
the Huawei was it AX3? You can get it for like 40 quid. It used to be about 30 quid. It's like 40 quid.
Yeah, it
now.
was really
I
good,
have-
that thing.
I literally because that's what I use for my mesh system. I just have 3 of those in the house, and they're just cabled between them. It's absolutely solid. So
But in short, your portal should not be doing this.
no,
One thing that's always worth checking with this stuff that I don't know what it is. Make sure your ports are open so your NAT isn't strict.
is that still a thing?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's still a
I've not
thing.
had to touch
so.
that for about 10 years, and I'm happy.
No. Oh god, I used to hate that.
Yeah.
Logging into your router to
Yeah.
do stuff.
Well, it
Made
was
me feel
always
sick.
because especially like so being in university in the Xbox 360 days, there's more than one Xbox 360 in the house, which there was because me and my housemates were nerds. That just problems. Whoever turns their Xbox on first that day is absolutely fine, and everyone else can go fuck themselves. Like, it was a nightmare. So
You had to stick it in the DMZ.
you
And
did,
it was,
and then that's a security risk,
yeah,
James.
That's true. Yeah.
Right, last one comes from Steve Lee. Says mainly directed to Sean, but following this week's conversation about portable retro gaming devices, I wonder if Sean was aware or had tried one of the many Batasera builds for the Steam Deck. You install them onto a micro SD card and then just boot the device straight from the SD card, and you have all the retro goodness with the build quality and lovely screen of the Steam Deck. Well worth looking into. No, it's I haven't. I am aware of Batasera though. It does sound very cool. I'm personally for retro stuff. I'm very happy with the Retroid Pocket Classic. What I have been considering is I've got a Raspberry Pi sitting around, and I'm thinking about getting an old telly and making a little retro setup with it.
Mate,
And I think that'd
do
be
it.
good fun.
I'd love to. If I had the space here, I would absolutely do that. Get an old CRT TV.
That's something, yeah, just like a 14-incher. Just stick it like.
Fucking
on the
love that,
shelf
man.
behind
Just
me
to
there.
play like, I really want to play Virtua Cop 2. That is top
Well,
of my
you
list
haven't
at the
talked about
moment.
on the pod the fact that there was that kind of
yeah.
semi-update to the
Oh,
yeah.
guns.
Yeah,
The funniest update ever.
the G-aim thing.
Mm.
They posted a. I mean, this is months after this product had come out, and everyone was fucking moaning about it. They posted a update saying, just to let you know, there are 2 stickers over the lens. Please make sure you've removed both stickers. And do you know what I worked out? You know how I said, do you know, sometimes you do it works brilliantly, and sometimes you do it and it doesn't. It's really like bad. It's because one of them had the second sticker on, and I'd removed it from the other one. So obviously, I was flicking between the 2 guns and thinking, this one's, it's not working now, but it works yesterday. Probably because I was using the gun without the second sticker over the lens of the gun. Ridiculous. But yeah, Harry, what was it? Charlie and I played it on the big screen downstairs. So I got a 55-inch TV or whatever I've got. We were playing it on that. And it was fucking working brilliantly. We smashed through the whole of Steel Diver 2 and not Steel Diver 2. I always get that mixed up.
So it's wishful thinking, David.
Yeah,
What
you
is
wish.
it? Yeah. So what is it called? Steel. Oh my god, I never remember the name of this fucking game.
Yeah, sorry,
But
I'm
the
lost as well.
Steel Gunner
Oh, yeah.
2, and then we played some Point Blank, and it was fucking brilliant. We had a right good laugh.
So
on
it works. It works as advertised now.
Yeah, and I mean,
all because of
it's still-
stickers.
some of the complaints that I have about it are still valid. I think, it's really annoying that you have to go through that whole setup process
Yeah,
every
that's
time you
wild.
turn the console on. But it works. It works way better now. You take the second stickers
It's been
off.
out for a while now. Have you not heard about any hacking or getting other ROMs?
No,
anything
yeah,
on
I've
it,
not
or-
really looked into it, but I did see on the Rollmuck thread the amount of people going, "Oh, for fuck's I've sold it now."
Yeah.
So that's quite funny.
That was one of the other weird things from that State of Play. They said that was it Time Crisis is coming to like the PlayStation Classics thing, and they were like
Using the
with,
controller?
with motion controls, and I'm just thinking I don't know how that's going to work.
No
or
thanks.
it
Oh
sounds
man,
awful.
it must be easy enough to do it, but yeah, you'd have to have the crosshair on at all times because you're not actually
Yeah,
doing it. But yeah, no, I mean, fucking yeah. Charlie was playing. I didn't even know there was a Time Crisis 5, but he was playing that in Butlins over the weekend. He was obsessed with it. It's got 2 pedals because you can lean out to the left or the right. It's like, come on, what a game. Okay, yeah.
That's us.
That's it.
That's it.
Matt, socials. Let's go.
Yes,
Come
streams.
on, baby.
Is Arc Thursdays happening, Sean?
Yeah, go on then. Do one more.
One
I think
more
I'm
Arc Thursdays to the road.
Sort of running out of steam with Arc Raiders, but in a healthy way, not in a.
I'm running out of it as a single player game, actually.
Right.
And I'm quite looking forward to getting back in groups and playing it again. But yeah, as a single player experience, I'm just getting a bit sort of like, well, I'm sort of done with the quests. And actually, some of the stuff that the game's asking me to do is so hard to do as a single player game. But yeah.
So yeah, Thursday night, twitch.tv/TCGSco. Sean will be streaming Arc Raiders. And is it Friday or Saturday, James?
I think Friday.
I don't know what Saturday.
Yeah.
Friday night at 9, James and myself are streaming Reanimal.
Yes.
Which is a scary co-op game where we're getting chased, so I'm looking forward to it. That is Friday night at 9 p.m. It should be fun. They're both on twitch.tv/TCGSco. If you have an Amazon account and a Twitch account, connect them, and you get something called Twitch. Just Prime Gaming now. They dropped the Twitch. Just Prime Gaming. You get a free sub. Want to go to our channel, give us your free sub. We really appreciate that. And if you miss the streams live, you can go to youtube.com/@TCGS or search TCGS on the app or website, and you can see the videos of us talking over this state of play. You can watch this podcast. You can watch the streams, Arc Thursdays. You can see the end of Farley Steps. It's all on our YouTube channel, and the website is tcgs.co for links to our amazing Discord community, which I'm continually impressed every day, the amount of people in there chatting about all sorts of stuff, mostly James's mama's cooking. Discord, links to Discord, links to our social channels, our Blue Sky, Strava Club. It's all on tcgs.co.
Thank you so much for living it. We will catch you next week for some more gaming chat. We hope you have a lovely week. We'll see you on the other side. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.